Okie dokie. I think we are live. I think we are alive and ready to go. And I'm getting the classic cocky-eyed stare from Io. He says, what's going on? But yeah, sorry, I just had problems with plenty. OBS, it's a crapshoot. It's a beautiful crapshoot. You never know exactly what is going to happen with let's see. Oh, wait. I think that's from temporarily. Process of a move. Zek, woo indeed. Woo. Have you seen How I Met Your Mother? The TV series, not anything to do with anybody's particular mother. All right, let's jump into check out what A. Ross is doing. They have the whole episode about the woo girls. Woo! Woo! But I'll take the woos and the I don't know. I mean, so you've got thumb in, I think it's ram's horn. That's I love you. Rock on. I don't know, but Beowulf, I am happy to see you. I think we missed you last stream, right? I'm gonna feel like a turd muffin if you were there, but I could have sworn that I did not recognize I did not see your name there, but I saw your comment that in the chat in the comment section. Sorry, guys, I'm all like OBS just crapped all over rained on my parade. Crapped on my parade too. It doesn't happen very often where craps on your parade, but it did. So I'm a little discombobulated as I bring it all together. Please let me know if you can't hear the game, or if you can't hear me, or if there's competition, or if one's louder than the other, too loud, too quiet. I think it's good. Its settings are what they were last time, but again, OBS was screwing around with me. Okay, Beowulf, so you've been offline for a while. I hear you. That was my case too. I was out for 5.5 months. 12 to 16 hour days on the average overnight. How about you? Like, what are you in logistics too? Are you doing like shipping and stuff? Or, I mean, you don't have to disclose anything that is too personal, but I'm always curious. People mention that guy. I mean, I guess for any job you can really have too much work unless it's a, legit. Well, here's the crazy thing about like work. So if you're salaried, it's kind of expected that you're going to work whatever you need to do to get the job done, which if you're lucky, you can get stuff done soon, and it doesn't take a lot of time. But if you're screwed, or if it's a difficult job, or you're really busy, it could be 60 hours a week. And then you have your hourly positions, which typically aren't as demanding. They don't have that stipulation. I mean, if you're going to work, you're going to get paid for it because you're getting paid by the hour. But those also are the ones where people are trying to,
we see you waking.
Tool around with their scheduling, and if somebody like leaves it's not like, oh, if you take a vacation from a salary job, you just go away, and then when you come back you have all the work for you. With hourly jobs, it's usually like retail or something like that, and if you call out, somebody else has to come in, or they're going to try to. So either by hook or crook, either job you end up getting hosed, working a lot of hours. It's just the difference of whether it's kind of expected, or whether it's a manager calling you on your day off and be like, hey, we could really use you, we're shorthanded. And you can say no, but really, can you say no? Let's see. Sounds like something else. OBS crapshoot. Aha! OBS. Yes. I think that's what you were saying, Io. I own a small company, digital web stuff. Oh, nice! Well, then heck. Writing on the wall. Well, the cowboy with no name, which ironically, if he goes by the cowboy with no name, that's so much more a pain in the ass than if he was just a cowboy with a short name like Matt. Like, I just think that's an encumbrance upon everyone else to have to call you the cowboy with no name. And you got A. Ross. 2 syllables. The cowboy with no name is almost a complete sentence. But anyway, so on a small company. I'd say that's a sweet spot then, at least, Beowulf, at least in my perspective, because that means if you're working hard, it's your own volition, and it's the sweat of your. I mean, you're doing it because it's your business, So I think it may be easier to swallow. I better finish that thought. Easier to swallow the longer hours because you know you're building the business. You directly profit or benefit from it. I mean, long hours suck, but I think that would be the one that makes you feel pretty darn good about it. It's kind of like, you know, when I ask when somebody's busy, they tell me they're busy. I'm like, are you good busy or bad busy? Good busy is, hey, I'm making money hand over fist. I can't keep people away. They're just okay. Choose good. Oh. Okay, I think he read the writing on the wall, but so I guess it was all right. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't dropping any knowledge on that. It was, I think it's pretty, like that is. But yeah, it really is. It's when, you know, it's when you feel like you're swamped and it's not worthwhile. That's when it's a problem. At least for me, if I'm just like, yeah, and that was what it was at the other job, because that job you got paid by the night, not by the hour. So if it took me 16 hours, I didn't get another dime. The only time I got paid extra was if if the truck broke down, which mine did 3 different times, and so you get breakdown pay, but you're also working an 18 to 24 hours. I was actually, one of the days I was up for 24 hours. I started at 11 o'clock at night, and oh no, I started at one of those some ridiculous time, and yeah, it was a disaster. But enough of the past. Look at the present. Blood Magic Enthusiast against Death Row AZZ. We haven't got to see much of Death Row. It's weird. Like, I feel like right before I left, or before I took my sabbatical, or whatever you want to call it, there were a lot of folks. I remember logging in and I couldn't find hardly anybody playing, or at least anybody that I knew. And Death Row, man, I think I've only been able to see 1 or 2 of his games total. And then I come back and Death Row's here. Last week it was. Oh, Pooh Diddley. What's his name? What is his name? Ahmed. Ahmed 9894. He was another one I really never got to see any games with, and then we got to see him there. Man. Oh, all these premiums. So expensive. I started tipping delivery guys. They often come late at night, any weather. Yeah, B-Wolf, exactly. Yeah, I have a newfound respect. I already respected food service and retail. Truck driving, I always thought was cake, and in some ways it is, because you don't really have anybody over your head. You're just doing your duty. You're just getting it done. So you don't have a lot of the entanglements. Customers, unless you do something really, crazy while you're delivering. Like one guy did, like literally got him on camera just throwing crap off the back of the truck and leaving it in a pile. I mean, if you don't GAF, then you're going to lose your job. But in general, it's easier in that way. But yeah, like B-Wolf is saying, they're coming out in all the kinds of weather. There is no day off, really, and it can be rough. It can be hard work, especially if it's touch freight, meaning you actually have to lift the stuff off. I mean. It's challenging riding it. I think Blood Magic is all premiums in this deck. Unfortunately, it's the premiums of those. I have not seen Raiding Party, the alternate art. It's so much better, but I only saw it that one time as a purchase for like $5, and I haven't seen it since. But who knows? Maybe we'll see it again. But yeah, good for you, B-Wolf, for and so, yeah, same thing. And yeah, I'm the same way, having regained an appreciation for that work.
Welcome to the shadows.
Death to the tribunal's lackeys.
Oh, and Baldric, I don't know if I saw your name. I don't remember if I said hello, but hello to you, sir. Happy to see you here. Yeah, I think you were actually towards the start of the last stream, if I'm not mistaken, as well. It was back, I think, a couple streams back where you had where you came in a little bit later. Yeah, but I missed you before happy hour, I guess. Like you already had you'd already had your beer, and so you were drinking coffee, I believe, or was it tea? It's more. I think it's more. It's typical or more frequently happens to have tea be in the mix when it's across the pond, as they say. Here, it's not hard to find people who drink tea, especially if you live in the South. Although, arguably, you could argue whether that's actually tea or not, instead of just syrup. That's right. If Joe is here, he'll be up in arms, I'm sure. Oh, Denise, do not apologize for coming late. I know it's a late night for you. It's what, 10 o'clock, 10:15. I'm glad you're getting some sleep. So yeah, no, don't ever apologize for being sleepy. I'm gonna have to ask some other folks who are not here yet what their excuse is, but yeah, don't feel like you have to apologize for coming late. But it is good to see you. Tea in my country is awful. It's just colored hot water. Really, Baldric? Okay, good to know. Because I'm pretty sure in Denise's, I think that's where tea originated, was in the UK. I feel like they are the most hearty and committed tea drinkers in the world. And if it tastes like colored water, I can understand why in some other countries it would not be the case. Here it's not bad. It's just not like the go-to. Like most people are going to defer to coffee. That's going to be their go-to. Let's see. Long work day.
Death to the tribunal's lackeys.
Denise, is it getting to the point where long work days are kind of like, okay, this is a, it sucks that I had a long work day, but I mean, it seems like for a while and from what I heard, it still is not the exception for you to have a long work day. That's going to be that's a typical thing for you there. I was hoping that maybe it wasn't so typical at this point. Which that makes it sound when you're saying, hey, it was a long work day. It's like, I remember when it was like every day was crazy. You're like 7:30, 8 o'clock, you were getting off work. So hopefully it's a little better right now, although I don't think anything really changed to make that so, but I just hope. Okay. Colored hot water. At least you don't drunk the tea bag in a cup of hot water for 1 second, then fill the rest of the cup with milk. Wait a minute. At least you don't dunk. Oh, dunk. There you go. At least you don't dunk the tea bag in a cup of hot water for 1 second, then fill the rest of the cup with milk. Tea is best invention ever. I would not function without it. Haha. Finished at 7:45. Good gravy, Denise. My gosh. Yeah, you've got... Yeah, it's... A long day is a long day, whether you're doing physical labor or it's a mental thing. Good gravy. Death row up at 66 health. And about to have some shenanigans. If he gets another Swift Ring, does he have 19, 23? Yeah. Oh, yep. He's one off lethal even if he did that. Well, with Giant Bat. He's got another Swift Ring, right? Maybe? I'm not going to know. Not going to tell me. So, I'm guessing from where you are, that's what people do. They just take out they pour the hot water and they just dunk it for a second, throw it out, and then put milk in the rest. I'll be honest, like... Okay, a little bit of unnecessariness there, yeah. Yeah. Can't expect folks to stand around waiting for you to finish playing. But it was good to see. Good to see. Non-existent for the time being, but I'm going to be picking it back. Oh. Ah. So you're on a break as well. It's a cruel fate, folks. Cruel fate. There are people that they jumped on the League of Legends or Dota bandwagon. IO. Let's take a gander at what IO's got going on. And, you know, there's millions of people there. People making millions. I've got, one friend. One friend who actually has invested in Dota team, and made more than I make in like 2 years of work. And it was great as a whole season, but I just think it's not fair that us Tesla faithfuls can't make millions of dollars doing what we love.
At the ready.
I've tried some China imported tea. Now that's tea. I've also heard Turkey has good tea. We're mostly coffee drinking nation and beer drinking, of course. There you go. Yeah, and so I think that's mostly accurate for us as well. But, you know, I say that, but I actually had a conversation the other day that I caught myself doing it. I called him out for doing it, and I caught myself doing it, which is making, like, and here's it's not bad to make generalizations. What's bad is if you don't realize the truth that it is a generalization. And not in like some, you know, offensive way, but just in general, like when people say, you know, I feel like typical Americans do blah 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 blah. It's like, wait a minute, there's no poll data for that. There's no reliable data. That's been my personal experience with who I'm around. But people are different in different states. People are different in different areas, and my small amount of interaction that I have, comparatively small, with the comparatively small percentage of the people in this country, which is probably less than 1% on any kind of regular basis, and over the course of a year, I can't really say what the country's tendencies are.
Citizen.
You know, you used to think that, like for example, and I'm not going to go into the weeds here, but you know, you read about, okay, in history it says this nation did this. And you think, okay, well then most people must have been on board with it, or that's what those particular people were in the mood for, or that's what they were doing. But all it takes is looking at how little world events are influenced by or bear resemblance to what my values are, what I want to see happen, and to go, most folks probably were just along for the ride like we are. So just because it said a nation did this doesn't mean that the majority or even a lot of people in that country were on board with it. Or that was the prevailing theory at the time, or the prevailing desire at the time. It was, you know, in whatever circles there are. Let's see. Io looks like he's in some dire straits here. I'll tell you what. I have not ever found I think Uganami. I think I've fought against Uganami before. There's some trauma there. Oh, he's got a buff for it. There it is. Wow, right on cue. And as A-Ross would say, that Gabo is garbage. He is way too overpowered. Oh, come on, Uganami. I wouldn't go cursing your Merkawad. He won't show up on Kerf where you had 2 freaking cards in your hand. Got very, very lucky that was the one on top. Perhaps. Alright, so might have something going on Sunday. Oh. Alright, Io, sorry about that, sir, but you know what? Let's see, do we have anybody? Well, we got A-Ross. Shake It Baby. Krakatoa. Wow, okay, but you know what? Io's our boy. We don't want to. If we're going to switch off, we don't want to do it after a loss. We want to see him kick butt and take names, or just kick butt, because we already took names. It's Frost 015.
So much that
Enough
honor
said.
can
Am I right?
allow.
Okay. Singleton Redoran with drawing Mushroom Tower feels bad. Wait a minute. Singleton Redoran. Oh. Yeah, that game did not go your way. Oh, there we go. There's Joseph. There he is. Joseph, so you're in your part of the country. I mean, it's typically commonly known that Southerners love them some iced tea, which is not exactly the hot tea. In fact, it's the opposite of the hot tea that people in Denise's part of the world typically drink. But are you a tea drinker? Do you know people? Are they heavy tea drinkers down there, or is that still or is that not been your experience? I'm in the middle of checking myself and my assumptions that Americans don't drink tea en masse. I really have no clue. We could be guzzling it from every other state but the one I'm in. And to be fair, I don't get out much. The communication I've had with you all, this discourse right here is the most discourse I've had outside of a business setting in like 3 years. So, you guys are my windows to the world.
I'll try to draw their fire.
Glad your ears work. I can't remember. Is there still some bad blood? Because when we last left our discourse last week, there was some it very much almost came to blows. It was a war zone in here, and with just crazy opinions flying left and right. I mean, we're talking some of the most audacious takes on some of the most important things affecting our daily lives. And I think Joseph and Io were on opposite sides, and we're talking brother against brother, father against son type stuff here, folks. There's no joking matter. We're just lucky there are miles between all of us. Otherwise, who knows if some of them would still be with us here today. That said, I can't remember. They're like alliances were made in one sentence and then broken in another. Somebody would be like, "Oh yeah, no, I totally love nachos, and I also like squirrel turds on pita bread." And it's like, okay, squirrel turds I can understand, but pita bread? Come on, this is disgusting. And so then somebody who's just your ally a moment ago becomes your worst adversary. But Io is doing the things very, very quickly this time around. It's good to see. Poor Scar Drill Master. You almost never see her play. Like, she's I'm like, I love her. I try to put her in all on my rally decks, but pretty much anytime I get to turn 6, there's always a better option. Or you've got one case like either you're on the back foot and you're struggling to survive, in which case she's not going to help you, or you're doing what Io's doing and just kicking butt, and that's gotta suck. Well, no. I don't know. No, that's actually lucky for him. All right, Io, close this thing out. I know you got chargers in there. Hopefully, you can throw a Dawnbreaker on there and go. Okay, well that's tier.
Welcome to House Redoran, recruit.
Sweet tea, right? Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, definitely sweet.
My paws
Few it isn't,
quicker than your eye.
or pew it isn't. Iced tea is Yankee swill with raspberry blend. Disgusting. Wait, what? What? Yankee? See, this is what I'm talking about, folks. I got somebody in the deep south there thinking that tea is a Yankee thing. That's a Georgia thing, sir. I tell you, sir. I swear, I tell you, it's a southern not comfort, because that's alcohol, and we don't talk about that. We know there ain't no alcohol drinker in the South. I'm talking about Georgia and those places where you go down and they say, well, bless your heart and things like that. It's manners, and it's sweet tea, doggone it, and you can't tell me other ways.
Here we make our stand.
Okay, I'll be honest. I did not sleep very well last night. I've got a very peculiar situation here where I'm hearing bass 24/7 non-stop, and it's making sleep very difficult. It sounds like car stereo bass, like if somebody parked their car about a quarter of a mile from my house and was just blasting bass, and you just hear that doom, 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 doom. But there's nobody out there. There's nobody there. There's nothing, and you can't hear it from anybody's house around except for mine. And even then, my neighbor can't hear it. I just have these powerful ears. It's my superpower.
A little distraction might.
I was trying to think of a Loeb pun, but I can't think of a really cool superhero name that would involve a pun on the word love. All right.
What's yours is mine.
Yes, I am Io's father, as evidenced by my 100,000 game win streak.
What's yours is mine.
In your dreams. He's going to crush me next time. Hey, Inu! Nacho game. Yes, indeed. Hey, I did actually do it. I did actually buy nachos that night. It tore me up pretty good because I wasn't the best ingredients, you know? Wasn't the best stuff. And my body's not used to that kind of thing. Like, I'd been really keeping it lean with carnivore and, you know, keeping my eating relatively clean for the most part, especially while I was working, because I'd make lunches or you know, actually I wasn't even eating when I worked. I would just I would drive. I lost my train of thought. Good thing I'm not a conductor. Anywho, what's up with the chat? Nacho gang, that's right. Or are we the tea gang today? I don't know. I feel like we're ganging up on tea. Joseph seems has a low opinion of it. Baldric has not had a good experience with it at all. Right now, Denise is the only one, predictably perhaps, championing the beverage. I don't mind it. I actually have. I've got, what is it? Celestial seasonings, I think. I've got cinnamon, or apple cinnamon, I think it is. I got Sweet Dream, which I grew up on. I love that stuff. And peppermint. For the wintertime, it makes it feel more Christmassy. That said, I don't drink it all that often, but I've got quite a bit there, and I don't mind some Liptons. My dad I grew up with Liptons, and that's kind of closer to your southern tea. It's, you know, colder, and, you know, typically has some a good amount of sugar in it. But let's see.
What's yours?
There's a difference between iced tea and sweet tea. Okay. I see what you're saying. So we talking like Nest tea then? Like, are you saying like the canned stuff is what you're talking about? But okay, so this is good. See, I wasted all that time going off on a tangent with a quasi southern accent for nothing. I got all indignant for no good reason. I reckon I should check myself before I wreck myself. Dip the nachos in the tea. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. You're not going to tempt me tonight, especially not with combinations like that. Although I will say I tried out of boredom. I don't remember what movie I was watching, obviously, because it was boring, but I was in the theater, and I had Junior Mints, and my friend next to me had nachos and cheese, and he was done with his nachos, and he just had the cheese sitting there. And again, this movie had to be incredibly dull. And I know it wasn't the Hobbit movies because I didn't see those in the theater. It could have been the prequels, but yeah, it might have been the prequels actually. One of the Star Wars prequels. But I was so bored or so disgusted. I dipped the Junior Mint in the nacho cheese just to see what would happen, to see how good it was. And it was about as bad as you could expect, but it was far less disgusting than whatever movie I happened to have been watching that night. That's all I'd say. Wow, Io's still going at it. This is a wow. This has been back and forth. He had the momentum going. I thought he was gonna run away with it. He came out strong, and then Frost has managed to dig his heels in, and now Io is. He's got the card that Aros opines as is the MVP of the entire game, which is Garnag. I mean, it is a unique ability, and it is very powerful, unless you're playing against aggro, in which case you don't care because you're done by turn 7 anyway. But anyway, Inu, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I hope you got some nachos as well. Whatever your preference happens to be, just I think for the sake of a lot of folks on here, just don't admit if you had cream cheese with it or sour cream. Don't talk about it. We don't talk about the sour cream and the stuff. I didn't, just because I had honestly, nacho cheese and sour. Like I don't mind sour cream on like burritos and stuff like that, but typically I don't think I combine nacho cheese and sour cream. Not out of policy, it's just not something I do. All right. I doesn't have a lot of great options here. He will be able to heal a little bit. The Pruma into Knight. Knights of Silent G Nesis. And I can't play anything else. Yeah, he's well. No, okay. Yeah, he'll be able to play that, and then he can play his guard. He is hanging on by a thread here. No breakthroughs from his opponent. Does not have lethal as it is now. Well, Manic Mutation would if he can get rid of this guard. Okay, what is a mud crab gonna do? Luckily, Frost does not have max magic to work with. Please don't start this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Inu is reining him in. One time I was in Massachusetts visiting family, and I ordered a sweet tea, and they said lemon or raspberry. Never mind. Wait, so you said never mind after they offered lemon or raspberry? I don't know. I don't mind flavored tea. I don't know. I mean, okay. Oh, but I guess if you were expecting sweet tea, like vanilla, not the flavor, but just kind of your basic sweet tea. Tea, the bag, the herb, or whatever the heck the tea is. And okay, so we can fell the mighty. Okay, Garnag is off the board now. He's not felling. Oh, he's probably going to fell the mighty in the other lane. So that takes her out.
My blade is death to assassin.
He can young mammoth fell the mighty. I mean, this is one of those drag out games. It's great to watch. To quote Willy Wonka, the suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last. I think that's what it says. It may not be a verbatim, but it's close
A
enough.
formidable display.
Oh no! Frost has lightning bolts. Or Ancano. Ooh, cast my tournament with Denise.
Let's see if we can find something useful.
Ooh, oh man. Oh man, that sounds amazing. Well, I forgot. I'm not gonna have this space anymore.
You can't.
Shit. What do you got, Frost? Ancano. Jeez. Well fought, Io. Well fought, man. I'm sorry. That was really well done. And the cards literally did just not go your way. That sucks. In that late of the game, at that point, it really comes down to who's able to get their end game stuff. I totally forgot Aros. Shoot, sorry, Aros. So for those who don't know, this is going to be our last live at 5 in the Nostalgia Nook. This all has to come down. That was the first thing my reeler said had to go. Like, she came in and was like, yeah, so we're going to take some pictures, get the swords off the wall, get the posters off the wall, and disc plates. They're disc plates, not posters. Posters are for teenagers. Disc plates are for adults. And then she's like, yeah, and you need to restore the closet. So all of this crap has to come out, which, that's going to be an undertaking. But yeah, it just means that until I move, until I get settled in a new place, I don't have this anymore. And that probably means I don't know that I'll be able to stream again until I make that move. So unfortunately, Aros, I would not be able to co-cast anyway because all of this is going to be packed up. Oh man, dang it. Which is probably okay just for the best because I do need to get that stuff done. Get the swords off the wall and everything. Let's see. Top deck for the win. Yep, should have gotten rid of the other guy. Oh, let me respond to Arosh real quick. All right. Sorry, folks. I should have started a new game. All right. Tell you what. We'll come back to. No. We are not gonna stop watching Io after a loss. We're gonna be here for him. We're gonna cheer him. We're gonna root him on, and he is gonna. Suck.
Aha!
Okay. That's all right.
Defeated.
That's all right. Oh yeah, man. Hey Ross, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm wondering though if I could. I'm wondering if I could change the days. So if I mean, I'd have to bust my butt to get this place. Nah, I can't do it. All the swords off the wall. If I were to do that, well, see, that's the thing. I can't do it tomorrow. If I could do it tomorrow or later on the afternoon on Sunday, then I probably could. But then I would only have Monday and Tuesday to get all of this packed. Well, I mean, I guess I could start packing some of it now. I wouldn't take the computers and stuff down. We'll see. We will see if we can, because that would be really cool. That would be really nice. Let's see. Okay, I'm falling behind again, but to be fair, all right. Garnet can be a detriment as well if you're behind or have more cards in hand. Belly G is always broken. You are correct. Yes. Oh my gosh. What happened to everybody? All right, we're back with Io. We're committed. We're committed to seeing a win.
I do hope
It'll be
that
starting
troublesome night
3:30. Okay. I might can make that happen then. Oh no. I always do that by accident. All right. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Have that be the last thing then, I guess. This is still going to be the last live at 5 just because I definitely can't. This definitely has to be down because the pictures are happening early next week. So I will be out of commission by early next week. But yeah. Okay, cool. No, that'd be great. That would be awesome. Denise, if you're still awake, hopefully we can co-cast. I'll double check. But even then I can, if we get an earlier start on Sunday, patching up the holes and everything, then it's not going to matter. That's great. Okay. And Io has shifted gears here, no longer rocking Redoran. I honestly think that like those decks should be good. I think there's something screwy with the Tessel servers that Redoran isn't more viable. Because like I said, on paper I think they should be awesome. But they never seem to be up on par in terms of their winning percentage. At least, okay, once again, making that generalization. I'm calling myself, you see. All I know is from what I've played, and then I'm thinking about most recently what I've seen Io play. That's it. So, but yeah, I mean, there's some cool things you can pull off with it, but it really, I think the rally mechanic, because it is random, what you draw, what card gets rallied, and then just the higher cost of the creatures with rally that doesn't make them any better on the board. It's all helping your hand. I think the rally mechanic itself is a little bit weak. You know what isn't weak is the mighty conjuring on curve for Io. Let's do this. All right. But yes, Joe, you are correct. Obviously, yeah, you're a smart fellow. So I would say though, Garnag, as long as you're the one playing him, meaning you get to play, like if you're on turn 12, you get to play 12 Magicka worth of cards. I think that's what it gives you. It gives you that advantage for that one turn. After that, yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Out of my way.
If you don't have a good board, or you're not.
Perhaps we can help one another.
Nice. That is no drain for the werebat, no pilfer for the kitty. Unless a classy guy
We'll see how they like
does
someone who
something.
fights back.
This one will hunt this one down.
Ooh, Khajiit heavy. That's another one. Unless you've got your crossbows and your other enabling things, Kitty Halalu Kitty is can be very easily frustrated. Again, speaking from my own experience, then I managed to lose with every deck. I can lose with a K Fluffy deck. Bam, yeah, top that, y'all. All right. Matcha milk tea. I fell in love with that tea, but I don't know how to make it. And the local cafe that makes them stop serving it. Oh, Baldric, that sucks. I'm sorry, man. I know that the sting of falling in love with something, and then the one place that sells it or serves it, it's gone from. I've never heard of it though. Matcha milk tea. Is matcha the type of milk? Matcha milk tea. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. Is it, obviously I'm guessing it's a little thicker, but like not like eggnog or cream, but it sounds like it has a little more body to it, maybe? But yeah, I will say, like, my reflex was to say milk and tea is a weird combination, but I think I would be crushing the toes of I don't know Europeans, but definitely like, oh, here we go. Devaith Fear can come down next turn. That is some... Wait, is she immune? She is not. That's right, I forgot. She's immune to damage, not to... Go for the... Oh! Wait, is that random? I can't remember. Is his summon random? I know his clone's a target random. To a random enemy. Okay. Hey! Io gets the win. With a class and with some cards in that class that is not typical. Like, it wasn't removal heavy... control-y stuff. It was a lot of fun stuff. I mean, I don't think I've seen Devaith Fear deployed ever. Maybe once or twice, maybe. Which one is a percentage? I can never remember. All right. All right. So Io's got the win. We'll go ahead and take it. You know what? We haven't looked at Mark for a long time. Let us take a gander at what Mark is up to these days. And I will tell you this. Rain, snow, or sleet, Armageddon or not, you can hang your hat that Mark will be playing Empire. That is his jam. That is his jam. He has switched to Sylvani on occasion, and even Ebonheart. He's done all the controls at different points. We have seen that, but the odds that we would come across an Empire deck with Mark were astronomically high. We would have made no money if we bet on it, but it's good to have consistency, you know? It's good to have some things that you can count on. So let's see if Mark can prevail. Again, as you can see, he's cracked the top 100, but he has been really going hard for that top 10. At least he was when I first met him, and I'm assuming that if he had it, he would display it. So as best as I can tell at this point, he has not yet been able to make that final push. All right, let's see. I'm going to keep up with this doggone it. Top deck for the win. Should have got rid of... Oh, wait. Yep, we got there. Baldric, you lost your food pass last week. You're not allowed to comment. I will. I don't remember. Dang it. Why does it sound like... Do you guys hear it? It sounds like that's spiking. Maybe it's too close. All right. I feel like it's getting... It gets too loud even though I've got a noise dampener on it or a limiter on it. I think it still spikes, and it annoys me that it does that. Let's see. But yeah, I will say, Baldric, I do remember you said, I'm trying to remember what your take was.
Your fear betrays.
Oh gosh, what was it? It was something a bit... sardines? Were you the sardine lover? I can't recall. I think you were, right?
I will keep Sofa Sill's people alive.
Everybody had something. I mean, and it wasn't like, oh, somebody's just trolling. It generally was a very quirky food preference, at least compared to quote-unquote mainstream. Again, generalization. Maybe everybody loves sardines. According to Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, nobody likes sardines. Sardines are really quote-unquote gross. But I think, Baldr, I think that was your hot take, if I'm not mistaken. But oh wait, I bet you it's answered. Come to the dark side. 2, we have strange cuisine for every taste. There you go. Yeah. Swallow Falls. Just like hidden under the A in Atlantic. Why do I keep drawing Mushroom Tower and this Singleton redo every time? Wait. Redoran. Okay. Every game, almost 3/4 tonight. That is very unlucky. Maybe because you're a fun guy. Oh gosh. Oh, I think you can actually lose years of your life by making bad jokes. Not as punishment. I think it's just the way the universe works. Bad jokes take their toll on you, just like if you do sports and everything.
I'll whip them into shape.
They're bad. They're heavy on your knees. They're hard on your knees. I think puns are hard on your spirit.
At the ready.
Yo, pure willpower. Gosh darn it. No, not you, willpower. Just the. I gotta see if I think I turned the gain off. Hang on a second. Yeah, there is no gain. I mean, I could, and it's not even maxed out. That's maxed out right now. I don't know. As long as it's not breaking in your guys' face. It just seems like randomly, I'll have a spike, and it doesn't sound good to me. And I just don't like dirty audio, and I don't like spikes. I don't like when it clips out like that. And I don't think it has. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. So we got IO drawing the Mushroom Tower because of reasons that I will not revisit. Skill issue. But pure willpower, yeah, man. I didn't see you last time either. You and Wolf. But good to see you. Good to see you. And as you can see, Mark is playing 1/3 of willpower. 1/3 of his deck is pure willpower. And unfavored one is running willpower. Lots of willpower on the board here today, and now in our chat. Welcome, pure willpower. Mushroom Tower, the new Stalker in Tessel. It would be for you, Denise. Well, I don't know. You seem to get your Stalkers are the big 5 to 7 cost bodies, and only early in the game. I think they stopped stalking you once they would be drawn on curve.
I do not fear.
Wow, is Mark going to stabilize?
Should help you.
I think he is. Well, he needs some life gain. Oh, Martin Septim. Oh, please do it, Mark. I want to see him avatar it. Just put it down. 2 turns. You got lethal, buddy. Oh, please play Martin. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I would love to see this. I would love to see. And this is the only kind of circumstance where it can happen, because your opponent has to be top decking and not be removal happy. So Mark just has to survive. Pass a turn, buddy. Pass a turn.
Whatever.
No. Okay, Golden Initiate. That's going to be helpful. All right, pass a turn. Pass a turn. There you go. Get him up there. Oh, it's going to be close, though. Unfavored one is probably going to load up that shadow lane.
I am ready to join
Yep.
the circle.
Close ranks. Let
That's lethal on board, but that's all right, though. Ooh. Why is she 4? Oh, never mind. Duh, because that's what he... All right, Grizzly.
You must be cleansed.
All right. Nice. Pass the turn. Oh, don't go out, unfavored one. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let's see the avatar transformation. It's not this turn. All right, Grizzly Gourmet. Just do Grizzly Gourmet. That's all you got to do. And then he triggers next turn.
So sweet, I could just eat you up.
Yes! Do it, Mark! Take it away with the avatar! It's got a very unique, unfavored one. Thank you very much for letting it happen. What? He didn't do the thing, but that's all right. Good game, Mark. Good game. It has this kind of like a... It's a very Inu could probably do it better than I can. It's like the Beetle on steroids. And kudos to the opponent for letting him do that, because he saw the writing on the wall. He knew it was going to happen, and he was very, very courteously let the transformation happen. I can't say that I would have done the same, getting that close to win and getting shut down like that. I probably would have bailed, but that's why I appreciate when other players do it more. All right, I gotta. Maybe I should just prep for D&D instead. Oh, Io, that's right. Hey, let's go ahead and announce it now. Okay, so, gosh, I mean, maybe I can keep the microphone and camera out. Like, I won't have anything behind me. It's going to be a pretty ghetto-looking setup. Always fun to get Martin off. There's a better way to word that, my friend. A better way to word that. And perhaps not a worse way to word that, but... Well, let me catch up with the chat here. But yeah, Io was talking about trying to do a D&D night, or D&D session. And he didn't want to do it on a live at 5 night, on a Friday night, but at least to pitch it here and see if who out there has an interest in running a D&D game. I think him, Denise, I know she plays, or I don't know about on the regular, but I know she has played. She had a team. In fact, when we first met, she was playing pretty regularly during the lockdown time. And
I will have my vengeance. I want to be an assassin. Like
Do not test me, knave. This day
so,
is mine.
jeez, burn. Is it burn, or what is it? What is the other? I think it's just burn assassin. That's what it's called. Thought there was another name for it, but I mean, luckily Baron's Eye is down. Usually that gets nuked because burn assassin needs to burn before it runs out of draw. But unfortunately for them, Aros has got plenty. Well, I shouldn't say plenty of draw. He's got adequate draw. So yeah, look, I mean, that's a great play too. Instead of like the natural inclination would be to try to pick this guy off and just sacrifice her, for essentially a 10-point swing there. But he's going on the offensive, so that now Pancake is going to have to start thinking about, or maybe he's just going to do some crazy stuff that only A-Rods can do. Okay, or he's going to kill the bat with it. But I mean, I guess that is another point swing. He's like, okay, now you have to take her out with something and not go with the face. Oh, that sucks. That is the ideal answer for him. Crapola. So Nixox assassin. All right. Let me. I keep doing it. I distract myself. Io though. But all that to say, Io. Yeah. So anyway, just trying to put the feelers out there for people's interest in that. Because we can get schedules to align and get a night where we can play, and it would all be via like Skype or I guess Teams or something like that, and just have a virtual D&D session with Io as the GM. All the swords off the wall. Yeah, I mean, I can't. It's probably not said that often, but yeah, I think it's 15 of them now. 15 or 16, which is great when you're putting them up. You're like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing, and it makes you feel so cool. And then, but yeah, when you got to patch them out, and the crappy thing is, I mean, obviously they're swords. They're not. You can't fight with them. They're not full tang. Full tang, by the way, is when. So in theory, when you craft a blade the right way, you have your blade, and then it tapers, and then there's this long piece of metal, and that's what you put the handle around, and then you put your do floppy thing at the end of it. Yeah, for a second I sounded intelligent, right? But you put the thingy blobber on the back end, and then you balance it and everything. But the point being, so that if you hit something, obviously you've got the handle is part of the blade. It's just a thinner part of the blade. But most swords, that's a lot more work. It's a lot more technical, and those kinds of swords sell for a high amount. So when you get a replica sword like I have, like the Lord of the Rings swords, they are not full tang. They are, they're not cheaply made. They're sturdy. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is they have the same weight, but they don't have the same functionality. Like, well, I mean, I could hit somebody with it and it's going to hurt them, but it's not like a real sword. But yeah, they weigh a lot, which means I had to use anchor screws. So I've got like, what, 16 holes about that big in my wall that I've got to patch up. And Kano! Oh man, Aros. Could he pull this? Oh no, wait, he's got Blood Sacrament. Is that going to be enough? That's 4, right? Oh, he didn't. He didn't play it. Why didn't he play it? Oh man. All right, Io's trying to, not Io, Aros is trying to see if there's any way he can pull this off. I mean, so I don't think he's got enough magicka to do it, but I guarantee you if there was a way to do it with this whole Nixox Genius Path Mage, I think he probably needed a little bit more, because Nixox is what, 5? 5, yeah, so he can play it, he'll get 5 magicka back. That'll leave him with 7 again, so he could play Genius Path Mage, but it's not gonna, an Ulfrix Uprising. Yeah, he just can't play enough stuff, unfortunately. It looked really promising there, but I mean that's the only way you're gonna win against something like Burn Assassin. You've gotta start going on the offensive and make them split their resources between trying to take care of your board and your drain and whatever else you got going on and going at your face. So the more lightning bolts are sending it Queen Baron's Aya, the more lightning bolts are sending it your bat and everything, the less lightning bolts are sending at your face. But it looks like he is going to fall to the assassin.
They won't even see my blade coming.
And that'll do it. GG, Aros. GG.
I bow to your victory.
Shout out to all my fellow sour cream on nachos lovers. I will say, I mean, on that particular, I try to remain unbiased, but well, wait a minute. Okay, again, there's a difference. So what was I saying? So okay, so here's the distinction, and I don't think this was a distinction made. Oh wow, we got quite a few people popping up here. All right. Oh. Okay, we got another Mark. We got another Aros, Io. I mean, come on. I want to. Let's see. What is he running now? Let's see. Is he? Okay. Well, here's the good news about what Io's running here. Well, first of all, he's. Oh, it's a matchup against Gabos, a rematch against Gabos, a chance for some sweet revenge. But the good news is he cannot draw a Mushroom Tower in his Dagoth deck. So he doesn't have to worry about that happening. And he is going to win handily. Wish we could have seen the whole match, but I was too busy doing weird things. But here's the stipulation about the nachos. If you do the the deluxe nachos, so you've got your chips, you might even have some bean dip in there or some beans in there, but you've got the chips, you've got ground beef or steak, you've got olives, you've got jalapenos, what else? Salsa, probably. Oh, they put a bunch of stuff. And that's when you'd have like the sour cream. For deluxe nachos like that, where it's like real nachos, I could see the sour cream. The ghetto nachos that I did the other day, where it's literally the nacho chips and nacho dip, that not so much. I would not put sour cream on my Frito-Lay's $4 a jar fake cheese. What do you say? Hang on. Yeah, not expecting it though. Okay, so Mark is still making that push for top 10, but he is it's not something that he's expecting to have happen. All right, I want to see another Dagoth match. Here we go. We'll switch it up after this. It's just hard when you know the person who's playing. I mean, well, I'm friends with everybody, but when someone's in the chat there, it's like you can have everybody, you got everybody pulling for him. Unless
I'm ready for anything.
I can't remember where I think he was also for the sour cream. So anyway, that's my distinction that I would make. There are certain combinations where I think sour cream is appropriate and some where it's not, or where it would get my motor running, and sometimes where it wouldn't. But I need to scroll down here. Denise, I wish I had swords on my wall, but my brother inherited the family sword. It went to the first grandchild. Oh my gosh! So so that's probably a full tang legit. See, and that's the thing, man. We don't have cool stuff like that stateside. Like we don't have the castles. We don't have those centuries of like the medieval history and everything. So I don't think anybody in my family. My mom does. She owns a rapier that she used to dance with. Okay, that doesn't sound like a great idea, but it looked pretty cool. And it's a cool looking sword too, and it's a real one. But we don't have heirlooms like that. I think that is like when you think of heirlooms, I think of a sword, and that sounds pretty freaking awesome. But man, my granddad had a ceremonial. Okay, so ceremonial. All right, so it might not be full tang then. I was automatically that's wrong for me to assume. I just think, hey, it's coming from the European continent, so surely it must be a legitimate hand-me-down from generations of knights, fighting dragons and rescuing princesses. But ceremonial is, that's effectively what replica swords are, is ceremonial.
Just forget
They look really cool, they just don't.
everything.
Although I will say that the smaller ones, Sam's sword and Sting, Frodo's sword, they are the edges are sharp and they are pointy as heck. You could do some damage with them. I've got a K-bar knife, and I had to sharpen it for like 30 minutes to get it as sharp as those Lord of the Rings swords. Like I said, I wouldn't use them for anything, but push comes to shove. Literally shove. That Schward would get it done. Ooh. Wow, what a nice turn for Io. Look at that. That's some Telvanni shenanigans right there. And see, and that Tazcat was going to close it out for him. Or would have got him close. But now Orkguest is reeling. He's going to stick it out, though. Good for him. All right. I love Amalexia's disciple, especially in Arena. It's a nice one-off for some big chunky warrior decks, too. Trade with mammoths and trolls, that then heal everything is so good. Okay, first of all, that is the weirdest sentence I think I've seen you write, Joe. Are you drunk, sir? Have you had some beers tonight? I'm nursing this thing, but I love Almax's Disciple, especially in Arena. It's a nice one-off for big chunky warrior decks too. Trade with mammoths and trolls and heal everything is so good. Like seriously, this is English is not my native language. This is I don't like flavored tea rambling is what that is. Adu declare. But yes, I've got to remember which one that is. Is that the one, like the guy's going like this, and it is, yeah, it's heal all creatures. Is it a 2/3 body? Heal all creatures in a lane? I better scroll down, or somebody's going to answer that question, and I'm not going to see it until tomorrow. My brother didn't care. Oh dear.
No, that's not right.
Oh, almost there. Oh gosh, now y'all are chatting it up. So you lulled me for the first like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. There wasn't a whole lot of conversation, and now we're back up to full thing. Now I need to know. I need to have my A game on here. My brother didn't care about it. He said he would sell it. I hope he didn't. Oh dear. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, unless you've got one of those rare pieces of paraphernalia or what? Wow, Orc is not wanting for late game stuff, but Io is got Dagoth Daddy Dagoth doesn't even really need him, but he's going to put him down anyway. Well, I guess he does, but through fire and war. And Lozra gets a trigger too. Nicely done, Io. Nicely done. That's the kind of stuff we want to see. That's the ticket, boy. That's the stuff. More of that, sir. More of that. In the meantime, Aros. Well, Aros lost his last one, so let's ooh, Fluffy Fries. We haven't got to see Fluffy Fries in a long time. And on the back foot, is he lost? Has he lost? That's 5 coming from the imp. 9, 16. Yeah, it's game over. Minus a prophecy. Will that do it? That'll hold. Nope. He still has exact lethal, I think. Because 2 comes from the imp. And then he's got 2. Yep. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Dual prophecy, and that's gonna do it! That's gonna do it! That's gonna do it. Well, I mean, not do it because he doesn't. And see, and that's why. And I'm not saying we just came in late on Fluffy Fries' game, so we don't know what he had to work with. But that's why, if you can, and I'm not saying you could have, but that's why when you can, you want to try to put that pressure on. Even if you're trying to turtle up, you want to push that pressure on so that when you have a situation like this, you can just turn around and get lethal on the next turn, or within 2 turns. So right now he's got a heck of a board. He's got what? He's got 8 reach. I think he's got 8, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 26, 28. Yeah, he's going for it. I think he's gonna throw those maces on his Breton Conjurer. Oh no. Okay, well he just needs one of those 2 to survive. One of the 3. Okay, that's fine. I think he's just gonna. Okay, he can do it with what he's got. All right. Okay, nicely done, Fluffy Fries. What? I mean, two back-to-back prophecies. I mean, feels bad for the opponent. That is a hard way to lose, but that's prophecies. Baby. All right. Back. Oh, let me get a game queued up here. Io's back on. Let's give Mark one more try just because. Hang on. That's a platitude. In this game, luck is just luck. But hey, I guess in a way it does, because if you have the right prophecy count in your deck, then you have prepared. Let's see. Hey, body bag. You tell Vonnie loving guy you. Wait, what? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to scroll down because I don't think body bag is a Telvanni guy. Matcha is a type of green tea. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, like, green tea is a tea that you don't really put a lot of you don't put like sugar and stuff in, right? Green tea is just kind of, it's like just the raw tea. That's how you're supposed to drink it. I just don't remember it having a heck of a lot of flavor, but I know there's mochi or maki, depending on how you say it. The mochi of the green tea flavor. So it is very popular. But it's a type of green tea. So green tea with milk. I'm gonna say off the cuff, I would definitely try it, but not something that I would be like salivating over. But clearly, if it's causing you pain, Baldric, that you can't get it now. So obviously you loved it. You truly loved it. You know, that's how you know when you love something or someone, because when you don't have them anymore or have it anymore, I shouldn't conflate the two, because it's going to sound weird however I phrase my sentence, humans and objects, but that's, you know, when you lose your something that you really truly love, that's how you know how much. To quote a line from that great movie, Battle of Five Armies, why does this hurt? Because it was real. Yeah. But I think she says, is this love? Why does it hurt? And he says, because it's real. Anyway. Threw up in my mouth a little bit. We brought him back to the light. Sea City Toker. Indeed it is. He goes by many names. Many, many names. Joseph is the most common now, I think, but I think he had a name with coffee in it. Then he's got an alternate account. He's changed his names more than if I knew any pop culture references that were well, if I knew pop culture references at all, I could probably think of one that actually would make that joke work, but I can't. So he changes his name a lot. A lot of name changes from Sea City. But that's how I came to know him. That was the first time I was introduced to him. You know that you mentioned eggs and milk. You know now that you mentioned eggs. Keismerlange. You got some really cool words. That's a cool word. Keismerlange. One of the best coffees I've tried. Strong black coffee with egg yolk and honey. I like my coffee like I like my women. With egg yolk and honey. Wait, what? I just read what I read. Strong black coffee with egg yolk and honey?
Let's go then.
Baldric!
My time is precious.
I'm so intrigued and terrified of your cuisine, sir. I am equally intrigued and terrified. I feel like I would die. Like it's almost up there with okay, I shouldn't say this because it's an exaggeration, but setting that aside with that disclaimer that this is hyperbole, it's almost like going to a place where they eat monkey brains out of the monkey head. Like it's just that bizarre and that strange that you want to try it, but you don't know if you would survive it or not. That makes it sound like I'm a monkey brain, but whatever. What kind of ceremonies did he need a sword for? Granddad fought in the Pacific and Second World War. Ooh, I think the sword is a ceremony from that part of dress uniform for the Navy at the time. Yeah. Navy, I think most Navy, at least in America, like the Navy dress is white hat, blue suit with like red trim and piping on the legs and a sword. It had a cavalier sword. I'm sure it's actually not a cavalier sword, but it kind of reminds that of like a Civil War cavalier sword. So I'm guessing it's similar like that which is weird. Like you think probably the last people that would need a sword is sailors. I mean, since the days of piracy are no longer a thing. Like all bombardment, all your attacks are going to be from giant guns on your ship, not hand-to-hand combat. But I guess that's what makes it ceremonial and not functional. But that's crazy. Anytime people survive something like that, like the World War II, when you see how chaotic some of these most wars are chaotic, but in terms of just like, there's no rhyme or reason. You know, somebody right next to you could get blown to pieces and you survive the entire war. But it's like people around you are dying. Like the casualties were so high in World War I, World War II, and other wars as well. But those are the two that I've spent most of my focus on at different times.
We must count
and it's just crazy. Like you just think, how did anybody survive that? But a lot of people did. But a lot of people didn't. And that is probably the least revelatory thing I could have said ever. Mark is the only control player that I don't get mad if I lose to. Yeah, body bag, same here. I guess that's a good way to put it. I'm not mad at you. I don't get mad at you. If you're or from like Mark, I don't begrudge him his wins as a control deck. Joe's the same way just because he's OG. Yeah, Mark was a good story. He was one of the first people that left a comment on my videos. The other one is Zorro something. I can't remember his name now. I really should because he was the first one, as I recall. But Mark was one of the first ones, and I remember it distinctly because he had valid criticism, but he did it in the right way where he was like, hey man, you should try doing X, Y, and Z, or what. Like it was just done in the right way. I don't want to get lost too much in the weeds here, but I just remember the feedback was particularly encouraging, and he showed up often to offer encouragement. And back when I was getting like 10 views on each video, he was one of the constants after I think the first week or so. All right. He never turtles. He keeps hitting face, so I respect that. Okay, yeah, and that's same with Tiago the blacksmith. He plays. Now I will say he's a little more freewheeling, I guess, than Mark. Mark Mark will really only go aggro once he's got a heck of a board. Like, which, I mean, if you're playing control, that's kind of what you do. But like, he errs on the side of caution significantly. Whereas like Tiago, like the moment the opponent doesn't play a card on a turn. Ooh, man! Could not say I saw that coming. And probably Barbaduberdor 80 didn't see it coming either. Nicely done, Io. Nicely done. Always good to end with a Rage. Rage is one of my favorite cards. I just have a huge blind spot for it. I can never remember that my opponent can play it too, so I always lose to Rage as well. Inu! All right, Inu jumping into the fray. Let's see what Inu's gonna do. Hey, that rhymed. Meant to do it. Do Song. Recognize that name. Don't remember anything about it, but I recognize the name. Hopefully it's not from anything bad. Moving down because, by golly, y'all have been talking, which is great. That was not a bummer. I'm just behind. Among other things, sardines. Baldric, you can just stop with the sardines. You don't have to add on to that. We can just stop with sardines. I'm just glad I had sardines. I didn't want to accuse you of liking sardines unless you do like them, in which case I accuse you for liking sardines. Well, my mom loves sardines. I love it. Body bag coming out of left field. My mom likes sardines. But, you know, hey, you build common ground any way you can. You know, that's what we should all be trying to do. No matter how outrageous, no matter how much you have to stretch for it, find that common ground. You know, hey, my uncle's nephew's cousin's brother's roommate also has a first name that begins with A. A. Ross.
Ready to join the circle.
Oh no, not sardine talk again. They are creepy. You are not wrong, Denise. But again, you gotta call into question here. If spiders aren't creepy, you and Vincenzo both have an affinity for spiders. Although I will say, Vincenzo made it clear that he only likes the fuzzy spiders, the one that would kind of resemble animals. He does not like naked spiders, spiders with no hair, like if they're just carapace and bony legs, or they're fleshy looking, like from Divinity Original Sin. He does not like those particular spiders. So he has a line that he can draw. Denise, I haven't heard you draw a line. If the spider has no fuzz, is it still adorable? Because if it is, I don't know how you can be creeped out by sardines. They look like every other fish. I think. I don't know that I've ever seen a sardine, except for in
This should help.
the Cloud of the Chance of Meatballs. Unless you're saying it's just creepy that people like them, which I can agree with that. Baldric was writing a whole ass fan fiction about some kind of smelly. Ah, yes, Joe. That is the way to put it. Oh, I do. I do remember. Yes, that was the other part of it, Bald. I do remember. Not to be fair, I don't think smelly was the adjective Baldric used. I'm pretty sure we came to the conclusion that it was a soft cheese,
It has been my
which in theory was aromatic as well, but it was soft cheese, not smelly cheese. Limburger, yes, that was it. I made a Sork-inspired version of your Telvanni sleigh. Ooh, so Sork sleigh, okay. Joe with probably the least emphatic, no capitals, no exclamation point. Nice, sounds cool. Please tell me more. Is you want to tell me your deck name? Doom plus Worm. Oh, yeah, no, I like that combination. Doom Craig plus Worm King's Agent or whatever. I've tried doing a deck like that before with where I try to get a lot of like ping creatures like the Ash Berserker, not Ash Berserker, Ash, whatever he's called, the one that shoots out 2, does 2 damage. Like trying to do it, but the problem with Doomcrag decks is they are dependent on Doomcrag showing up, and you only have 3 of them, and if you can't find them, all the cool stuff you want to do never shows up. But I'd be curious how well it's doing, and I'm gonna have to catch up so I can actually read that. Let's see. Yeah, I've been debating on more worms in mine. Okay, well, as a standalone comment, that definitely wants context. And Inu with a warrior deck and the win. Sorry, Inu, I was not. I'm all over the place here, but oh wow, wow. All right, we got A. Ross, Mark, and Fluffy Fries. Oh, battling an event, so we're going to get to see Oh, wait. Oh, we haven't started the weekend event yet. So we've got... maybe we have, actually. Yeah, I guess we have. We started on Friday? I'm doing the thing that all the cool people do. Do-do-do-do. I can never do this on the tablet. It's a pain in the butt to try to do this on a tablet. Run your finger over the cards.
You have been warned.
Because I don't think his opponent can see me do this, can he? You can always see when your opponent's doing it, though. Uh-huh. It's kind of like doing the... Anyway, I'm going to stop. Tangents that do not pertain to what's in chat or on the board are not worthwhile. They are filler when there is no chat, but there is plenty of chat to be had here. I removed Mush Tower and put another worm on the sleigh, tell Vonnie. Yeah, I would, yeah, leave out the Mushroom Tower because, take it from IO, Mushroom Tower will find a way into your hand all the time. Jared Wilson, pause. Okay, and Joe laughed at pause. Oh, is that debating on more worms in mine? Is that what that is? I first heard that with there was a guy that I worked with, and I made a off-color joke. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't disgusting. It wasn't anything that I would be ashamed to repeat. I just don't remember what it was at the time or at the moment. But it was probably, I mean, in a corporate environment, it would not have been something that you would have told there. But we're truckers, you know. We're out there getting in the trenches, and the guy was just like, pause. I mean, he was kind of smiling, but he did that, and I was like, okay, that lets me know what his comfort level is with jokes or whatever. He's a really nice dude. Sometimes that kind of thing like feels really awkward because you're like, oh man, like you kind of get, it's kind of like nicely calling you out for telling a bad joke or a dirty joke, but like I said, it wasn't anything super bad. It was just in a PC environment, yeah, not going to work. But I'm going to say most normal people, it may not be haha funny, but it would have been harmless. Anywho, I'm guessing that's in reference. Yeah, I wanted to see who's interested in playing D&D. I have a campaign ready to go. We'd be using D&D Beyond and 5e. I'll be honest, man. I even with playing with the guys from Roll to One. You know, for folks like me who just want to play for fun, we don't know systems. Now, granted, he definitely good to say that for the people that do care about the system, but for me, it's like I'm still talking, I'm still doing the thing, I'm just rolling a dice at a different time or doing something. I know it's like anything else. Anybody, if you have a deep knowledge about something, then you do, you know, like you could spout off like 25 things that make 5e your game of choice. But for noobs or for relatively inexperienced folks like myself, I wouldn't know the difference between 5e and Pathfinder, which ironically enough, or not ironically, but interestingly enough, those two might be very closely related or very close. All right, so Jared with the zipper mouth. He needs to not break any runes versus Burn Assassin and a handful of 7 drops. He needed to not break any runes versus Burn Assassin and a handful of 7 drops. Okay, never mind. Schwar disagrees. Don't listen to me. No, I wasn't. Well, okay, so here's the thing. Based on virtue of success alone, default to Joseph. Like, just because I'm the one talking doesn't mean I'm right. So, yes. Listen to Joe's. I think it's funny that apparently he said that right before I said my piece, but I've never been able to stall. It's like goblins. I've never been able to stall goblins or burn assassin. It's like you either have to best defense is a good offense, or eventually they just wear you down. Like they never run out of cards. At least for me. Now Joe has Heart of the Cards. He has a much different Tesla experience than I do. No cards for Fluffy Fries to finish off this turn, but he will be able to do it. Well, he could. No, he couldn't. I was going to say he could Earthbone, but then, yeah. Well, he might Earthbone anyway. And there he goes. Nicely done, Fluffy Fries. I think he's got this well in hand. That was just a bad hand game anyway. Bro always has a clunky hand. Finally, Io is playing a good Singleton deck. Who built that? I have a feeling Joseph built the Dagoth deck that Io was playing with. Some guy. I love the dab. To be fair, mine is sweaty and yours are fun. That's the only difference. Well, you can be sweaty and fun, right? Well, we won't go there. When I say nachos, I'm talking about the deluxe, not just Doritos and sour cream. Okay, to be fair, it wasn't Doritos. Okay, I'm not a low rent person here. Okay, it was nacho cheese. It was Tostitos, like corn chips, without the cheese on there. I'm not gonna Dorito, and that's just weird, man. That's just weird. Give me a little credit here, okay? Jeez. But yes, good to know. When you were talking about nachos, you're talking about the real deal. And yes, I would put sour cream on that. To return to the sword talk, it was a real sword, full size, just ceremonial as part of a naval dress uniform. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so ceremonial doesn't mean non-functional. I guess that was a mistake on my part. It means it's not there. You're not going to rely on it. You're not going to swing your saber in the line of duty and expect to pull, to go. You're going to use pretty much anything else other than that sword. Whereas there was a time... Hey, there we go. Oh, never mind. It's a solo arena. Shake It Baby. Haven't seen Shake It Baby in a while. Let's check out Shake It Baby. As opposed to Shake That Baby, which we don't want to check out. Oh, hey, we've got it's both of them. It's the duel, and the game's almost over. But we have Willzilla and Shake It Baby. I didn't know Willzilla was a top 10. Hail, Willzilla. Yep, Baldric, it was cool. I wanted to grow up to be a pirate and have a ship, a sword, and all that. Not much call for... well, Denise, not ships, not pirates with ships and swords, but the Pirate Bay is... I want to hear alive and well, but it's got a lot of counterfeits out there. The only reason I have ever done that is if there's really no way for me to see something, like I'll preview, like I did, Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots, the first one. I hadn't heard word of mouth or anything about whether it was good or not, so I found a way to watch it. I liked it, and so I bought it.
See if you can outrun me. I doubt.
But if I'd gotten like 10 minutes in and been like, yeah, this isn't for me, then I wouldn't have bought it. But if I watch the whole thing or over half of it and I have to stop for, reason other than quality, I'll buy it. But I only do that rarely. But the idea, like I did that with Gintama. It's an anime, like 300 or 400 episodes. I'd never seen a single episode, but it had very strong word of mouth. But I wanted to watch a few episodes before I buy a bunch of imported box sets from Japan. So I think I did like a torrent thing, and I downloaded like the first half of the first season or something. And crap you not, I got a message from my cable company. They're like, well, we just wanted to let you know that we saw that you were on this particular site, and we ask you not to do that, and blah blah blah. And okay, I'll put that out to you all, and if I can catch up, it'll work. Inu says he's willing to play any type of deck you want to see, so cast your votes or weigh in with what you'd like to see, and I will hopefully get down there as soon as possible. All right, I'm not trying to pass you over, but again, we don't get to see. Well, Inu's also going versus Fluffy Fries is the event. Let's do the event. That's the only way to distinguish. And Fluffy Fries we don't get to see all that often. Well, to be fair, I don't get to see any of you all that often, but even less all that often. See, Schwart knows I hate Telvani. He doesn't believe your lies, Joseph. Classic Schwart being 10 to 15 minutes behind chat. Yeah. Quit trying to act cool for chat. What happened to it's not that I won, it's the way I won? Wait, who's acting cool for chat? Not me. I don't know how to do that. That's cold-blooded. All right, I'm missing some jokes here. I'll circle back around to this, but I'm on my way here. I'm on my way.
My friend.
I wanted to be a pirate so badly as a child too. As a grown-up, it sounded really boring, right? I bet being a pirate would suck. Oh, I got to pull this up. I'm sorry. I'm lost, and we're not gonna have game audio for a second. Wanted to show you this picture real quick. If I can pull, I think I can pull it up. Yeah. Let me see photos. It's just pretty darn cool. I think anyway. crap. Where is it? Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Eric. Oh, maybe it's not going to be worth it. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, why aren't you there? Nope. Nut bunnies. Oh, there you go. Sweet. Okay. So, oh, I don't know. Is it going to open Photoshop? All right. Well, you're going to see it open in Photoshop for a second. Oh, no, you're not, because Photoshop is now full screen. Okay. So, yeah. How old do you think I was in that picture? That was me. I think I was 5 or 6. My dad did the makeup. He put makeup on me so I could be a pirate. That was my Halloween costume one year. He did it out in the living room, which is where I'm standing there, and I didn't see it until I went in the bathroom mirror. I screamed, and I had him wash it off. It scared me to death. That's embarrassing, but yeah, my dad's a very, very talented fellow. Yeah, he just used my mom's makeup essentially, and yeah, after about 5-10 minutes, that's what I looked like, and yeah, scared me to death. As a grown-up, it sounds really boring, right? I bet being a private would suck. Private or pirate? Being a pirate these days just means you're going to get sniped in the head by a Navy SEAL sitting on LHD. I mean, yeah, the pirates of today lack the romance. Well, the romantic notions that we have of pirates from back in the day. I guarantee you,
This should help.
you know, amidst all the other plagues of the time, pirates there was nothing savory about pirates. We just have a lot of stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean and things like that make, you know, romanticize pirates and that kind of thing, but they probably weren't any better than our contemporary pirates. But yes, actually, Joseph, I mean that pretty much ties and agrees with what Pure Willpower said. It would suck to be a pirate today. Owning a cutlass would be cool. That is true.
You cannot.
I guess the closest thing to a cutlass right now is probably machete. Is that right? It just doesn't have the handguard. But what if you're a good pirate, like Luffy? Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. One Piece. I forgot about that. Think about it. Having an eye patch, peg leg, or hook hand, it's synonymous with being a pirate. They must have got named so much. That is true. Well, then you've got all those kind of maladies that, I mean, it's crazy to think that they had, you know, scurvy and all these other things, but they didn't have diabetes. Although I guess they just don't have as much sugar in circulation as we do now. But, I mean, that would be, you know, hey, you lost a foot, or lost a leg, which I think is more gangrene. That's the thing. I mean, up until, oh, heck, probably even past World War II, I think, well, no, I know the Civil War in particular, but a lot of these conflicts that, with a high death toll, most of it was from, not most of it, a good chunk of it was from infections. It wasn't even like, you know, you got mortally wounded. Stonewall Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, ooh, Fluffy Fries channeling those lightning bolt prophecies, man.
Khajiit is going to enjoy.
Oof. Hey, good on NCU for. All right, you know what? Let me focus here. All right, here we go. Okay, Denise, finally answering my question. Yes, furry spiders are cute. Big, mean, metallic-looking spiders. Ew, they are not cuddly. Okay. All right. I still recoil at the idea of even a fuzzy spider being considered fuzzy or cuddleable, but at least a line is being drawn somewhere. I can appreciate that. I only like jumping spiders. They're too small to be scary, and they're very inquisitive.
Embarrassed.
Interesting.
Nicely done.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Thanks.
I'm not a big fan of knowing that a spider can cover a lot of ground very, very quickly, quicker than a normal spider. That said, what about the humble daddy long legs? That is equally, well, it is harmless by virtue of its tiny mouth. If it had a big enough mouth, it would be highly, I don't know about deadly, but highly toxic to us. It has some of the most potent poison known to mankind, but its mouth is so doggone tiny that it can't break our skin. So, very dangerous in principle, but in practice, also very harmless. 1730s Denise would be sitting on a pirate ship with one leg, one hand, and one eye, going, at least I have my cutlasses and all of these spiders. Sorry. At least I have me cutlasses and all of these spiders. Yar. For true, willpower for true. Instead of a pirate, she'd have a pet spider on her shoulder. Yar. This be me. Hearty. Spider. It jumps too. Yar. KK. Alright, IO. Back to you, my friend. Yeah, most players I play with are new, so the priority will be having fun. If anyone is interested, we'll likely be using Discord, and the day would be late in the week or the weekend. Aim once a month. There you go. So we'll take a look and see if anybody responded to that. I'll try, but y'all are going to have to bear with me. I've never played. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome, Joseph. Yeah, heck yeah, man. It's all good. Some people play every week, but that's nuts. We'll try for twice a month. I will say, like, I played with one guy. Is probably the least D&D-esque person you could picture, and he had a good time with it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, a capable DM who knows what's going down, and if you have other players that aren't doing like the method playing where they get, where they lose themselves in their character. If you have the right people around you, they'll help you, and it doesn't take away from them at all. Like, they're happy to help. At least that's been my experience. The people that I played with, they were happy to instruct me on what to do. And yeah, so it's a good time. It's a good group. You just got to know. Just make sure you're not jumping in with hardcore people. Nice, good old premium blood dragon. With a ring.
It has been my honor.
IO for the win. Well, it sucks. So, like, when IO wins, he wins quickly and decisively within like 3 minutes, it seems. It's the long, drawn out games that are oftentimes the most engaging that he has, at least today, had a hard time closing out. Let's take a look back at Aros. Last we saw him, he was playing with his assassin. Okay, now he's doing a Singleton Telvanni. Let's see. Imagine instead of a prompt. Imagine instead of a parrot Denise and a giant Australian hairy spider. Doggone it. Okay, so Baldric technically beat me to the punch, but it took me a second to get down to it. So well done, Baldric. Well done. Great minds think alike. Pirate crews would shit their pants at the mention of her. Denise and her hairy friend. Would probably be named Harry. Vincenzo has arrived. I guess probably an hour ago at this point, just because of how behind I am. But welcome, Vincenzo. Good to see you. Vincenzo and I finally got around to, we were able to get some games for Divinity done. We had a lot more than I think we thought initially left, and we're going to have to wrap it up after the move. But I think I got bit by something. Here we are talking about spiders. You just get one of those weird bites in a weird place. It's like, oh. I mean, I haven't been outside, so I'm guessing I got bit by something while I was sleeping. Stupid spider. But good to see you, Vincenzo. So they want to start another food war. Sweet tea, iced tea, if it tastes good, that's all that matters. There you go, Io. That's simple. That's I am blessed with a very simple palate. I think Io, it sounds like you are too. Or we can pretty much eat anything. We have our certain things that we absolutely cannot stand. Like for me, it's cilantro. That's one of my few can't eat it, I will die if I try things. But, for some people who have a more refined palate, they are not able to just consume anything and enjoy it. Whereas you could put most anything in front of me and I will appreciate it for what it is. But as somebody who, appreciates good storytelling, good movies and such, and knowing that I do get rankled on occasion when crappy things are celebrated, I can understand why a food aficionado would be upset at somebody with an unrefined palate such as mine, because the downside to being willing and able to eat anything and enjoy anything is you never really can truly appreciate the high end stuff, the really good stuff. It's like, yeah, it's great, tastes good to me. It's like, no, you don't understand. This is like blah 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 blah, and you're like, okay, so it costs a lot of money, but I don't taste the difference. Just give me some good old Kraft macaroni and cheese with ketchup.
I command death itself.
Let's see.
Leave no move we can't anticipate.
Baldrick's jumping spider sounds scary. Yeah, again, I'm not a big fan of spiders having more agility than they already do. That's a very scary thing. I mean, I guess if they're hopping, if they're just doing like little 5 or 6 inch vertical, maybe. I mean, that's a lot for a spider, but I'm just worried the thing's gonna jump up and do like the face hugger thing and just like cling to my face. Vincenzo, but sweet tea is objectively better. Oh god, I was wondering when Vincenzo was going to turn up and give us objectively true opinions on tea. Yes, he knew. I've answered the summons. You can't say sweet tea isn't good and not expect to summon a Texan like myself. See, that's what I'm saying. Sweet tea. Well, no, okay, yeah. I mean, Joe didn't discredit that. He just said there's a difference between iced tea and sweet tea. Sweet tea, south, not. That's a second Dawn's Wrath. See, this is removal heavy, no fun stuff. Ooh, and that. Well, no, he's Singleton, so I mean, well, dark. Well, no, okay, he's all right. All right, let's do what. All right, I want to see if I can't show you something. Hope for no Marak or that, but it's better than being stolen, so I'll take it. So would Marak, and he could very well be coming out next turn. He's a spoiler, that guy. But yes, you have summoned Vincenzo. And it's funny, I will save that tangent for later if there's no talking, but hopefully that will never happen. Now, you said I haven't changed at all, Baldrick. And because I suck, I don't know what that was in reference to. But I took the yearbook messages to heart. I had several people on my yearbook tell me not to change. Of course, a lot of them started off by saying, you're such a dork and nobody will like you. Don't ever change. But I decided to focus on the don't ever change part, and I haven't changed. I am still the same mature, reasonable adult I was when I was 5. But they're tiny, and they wear water drops, so it has to be... Oh, wait. I think I know what you're talking about. We used to have those at the creek. Are they the ones that glide on the surface of the water? Or they seem to? Like, it's weird, because I thought they had, like, round feet, but it's just the dimple their little tiny legs make in the water. They're really cool looking. Yeah, I remember those. I don't think of those as spiders. Oh, no, wait. Maybe I do. No, I don't know. All right, I think... Okay, I thought he was typing, but okay. Yeah, exactly, Vincenzo. So I asked... I told Denise that, and she probably will tell you this as well. I said that you made a distinction. You had a tarantula that was all hairy and whatnot, but you made the distinction that if the spider's not hairy, it's not okay. It needs to be a hairy spider. It needs to look like a very small demonic squirrel or something. Okay, if we get Vincenzo, Schwartz your real friend and doesn't just talk to you once a week. Okay, no, once again, and I know a lot of y'all are messaging and watching on your phones, and it's really hard to send stuff. And even if not, I'll take anything. It's just funny that like the lack of punctuation threw me off. But he says, "Okay, we get it, Vincenzo. Schwartz is your real friend. It doesn't just talk to you once a week." And then he cries. Joseph, we used to talk more than once a week. We had several days where we'd be just kind of talking about what's going on in our lives as we were either kicking butt or getting our butt kicked. I remember you hanging with me when I was making that legendary push that one time. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it on there because I was getting wrecked, but you kept me in good spirits. Well, as good a spirits as I can be when I'm getting wrecked. But yeah, we've talked off. But yeah, it's I made a commitment to Vincenzo and to the world, to the millions and millions and millions of hypothetical one-day viewers that the Divinity will have, made that commitment to getting that done. If you have Taz alive, all right. So Aros, this is a combo that Aros was going to pull off if he could have done it. If you have Taz get alive, usually doesn't happen. I know that's true. He usually gets nuked out of orbit, but if he sticks for one turn, you can swing Taz. Yep. Then rebirth him like 3 times. Then ring on him. Oh. Okay. Ah. I see the twist. Him and Durzog with a ring total lasts for 19 damage for 8 mana. Wow. That's almost... Gotta say, I do love this keyboard. It's a nice mix. It's like a hybrid of... It's easier than the like old style clack clack keys, but it's not like your flat keys. It's just enough. And it just really, it's like just enough effort to really feel like you're doing something to make the key presses work, but not so much that it makes a ton of noise, although you could all probably hear it. All right, Aros is probably going to try it again. Inu is solo arena. Fluffy Fries in an event. All right, we'll do this. Okay. All right. Let's see. We were recording Divinity. We fought a giant spider, so naturally we went on a 20-minute tangent about spiders. Indeed. Indeed. You know, and if there were more spiders in the game, we would have more tangents. A lot of time we were just kind of lulled by the lethargic villains we fought. We're just too darn good. I can ask my friend Kate if she wants to join the D&D. Our group disbanded after nearly 10 years of playing. Oh my gosh, Denise, really? I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I celebrate those 10 years. That's a decade. But man, to wind down after all that, man, that's... I thought you were just playing... I thought you played a little bit before, but really got into it because of the lockdowns. I didn't know. Ooh, dragons! Yay! Like Flame Spear. Yeah, Flame Spear Dragon. He's the most poetic dragon. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? No, I'll just burn your face with my flame breath.
A masterful move.
By Flame Spear. Flame Spear, the dragon poet. Well, let's form a new group. There you go, Io. That's the way to do it. I'd be happy to play D&D with you guys. I never played, and I work a lot. Well, hey, I mean, that's great. So we got Pure Willpower, Joseph, Denise, possibly Kate. Let's see. IO, you or not IO? Yeah, IO, you were. I think you said you were trying to play. Was it 5 including the DM, or 5 with, or total? In total, I thought it was 5 plus the DM, or maybe 6, 5 or 6 plus it. You had a very specific number. You didn't want to go too high, I think, but you want to go too low. But anyway, yeah, that'd be great, guys. Like, and seriously, like, there's no obligation, but you know, if you're interested, definitely, we're gonna have to network this. Pure Willpower, who are you in the game anyway? You've been commenting on Tesla for years.
The forest will not suffer your...
It's very true. Are we going to find out Pure Willpower's secret identity? Any spider of mine would be named Sweetie. Yeah, that sounds like, yeah, no, that's on brand, Denise. That is very on brand. Any spider would just be called Sweetie. Just like my nerdy ass. I'm not calling your nerdy ass Sweetie, Joseph. That's just not going to happen. And I don't think Denise is going to call your hairy ass sweetie either.
We must remain steadfast. I ride like the wind.
Here we go. Okay, yeah. So Vincenzo's had expanded on chat before I could get to it. I had a female tarantula called Keith because I didn't know it was a female until a month after I named her. I like the idea of a female spider being called Keith. She was a cuddly gal. What about you, Joe? Who are you in game? We used to. Schwartz talking to me like I'm dead. What? When did I talk to you like you were dead, man? I said we used to. Well, I mean, we used to. But I mean, to be fair, now I do talk a lot, and I do talk to many different people, and I talk to myself probably more so than most. But I will not talk to somebody if they're dead. So Joseph, by virtue of the fact that I am talking to you, it means that you are not dead, or at least I don't perceive you as such. And you are not dead, because if you were, then your keyboard is possessed. Which reminds me, anybody ever see a movie called The Ghost of Mr. Chicken? It's a Don Knotts movie. Gave me nightmares as a kid. Well, not nightmares, but it scared me. But I mentioned it because it had a piano that would play the keys, and they were blood-stained because somebody was murdered. And somehow they were murdered so they got like a drop of blood on every key. It looked cool, but if you think about it, it kind of breaks down. Blah, 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 blah. Io. Sour cream for the win. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And see that... All right. I don't want to... Get that hand of Dagoth down there. That premium hand of Dagoth. Okay. Look at that. It's like, I got a ring charge. Hand of Dagoth. Not going to play it. I'm just going to chill. I don't need no hand of Dagoth. I don't need no health. So... Here, if he can break the streak right now, if he wins this game, this is a close game, late game, late innings game, late Magicka game. I mean, 9, 10 Magicka. It's not super late, but it's later than some of the other ones. So hopefully we'll see. Oh, this poor guy, Kravitsky. I am sorry for you. You've got a premium of the not awesome dragon, black dragon art. I am sorry, sir. I mean, look at that ridiculous helmet.
Well played. I am.
Ooh. It's a singleton, buddy. Well, I mean, he was just doing it to kill it, but I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was killing off all these prophecies, but turned out he had fun. All right, are we going to see a siege? You're dead to him. Joseph, I'm...
Just forget about
pure willpower in the game too. Oh, no kidding, pure willpower. So I don't... Are we friends?
Anasi finds it useful to use her enemy's strength against them.
We're not friends, pure willpower. That's not cool. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? I mean, that's okay. I think they have a limit. Oh, so Io pulls off a close one and breaks that streak. So now Io has proven to the world, and by that I mean the people that are actually watching, that he can take those last games. If the top 10 card back didn't give you a clue already, there you go. Io can win close games. Let's see. I'm that noob, Sea City Toker. Yes, indeed. You're out of the popular girl club, Joseph. Be so pretty. It's okay, as long as I can find someone new to start being my gauntlet deck guinea pig. Fluffy Fries has learned too much and doesn't need me anymore. Aww. Hey, but that relationship lasted a while, Joe. I remember you were bringing Fluffy Fries. You were bringing Fluffy Fries along really well. You got him up to speed very quickly. Well, problem is you got him up to speed faster than he... Oh, that is the juiciest Skaven Pyromancer I have seen in a very long time. Against Runenschnitzer. It's probably because I have German in my genetic makeup, quite a bit of it, in fact. But I've always liked a lot of the German names. Not all of them. But just some of them, I mean, just Runenschnitzers. Well, okay, maybe not Schnitzer. Schnitzer doesn't sound as cool, but like Luftwaffen, and blitzkrieg and those kinds of words. They're just freaking cool. They sound cool to my brain or my ears. Schnitzer makes me think of like a dog or a sausage. Wiener Schnitzel. It's not even close. I don't know. I'm fired. Now you can join the dorks or the jocks. What about the jorks? And IO, that is why you, sir, have transcended both groups. Anybody who can suggest jorks is too good for both the dorks and the jocks. We got another win. Io's back in. All right, let's circle back around to A-Ross. See if he's going to run his Taz Daddy lethal. Well, he's got Taz. He's got Tazcat in his hand. He needs that and Dark Rebirth. And Mentor's Ring.
A grievous error.
So he needs a lot. I think this is just his single thing. Ooh, Aelid Guardian. See, I want to get... See, the thing that sucks, like, I want to get... Like, either... I was thinking, like, Tazcat or Encano in Premium. But one... I mean, okay, so the glowing red eyes is pretty darn creepy and pretty cool. But, like, both of them get nuked from orbit as soon as they get played. So it's like... I don't know. It's hard. It's the same thing with like actions. Crafting premium. Ooh, that one looks really cool. That one looks really... Okay. That looks great in premium. Gurgle, gurgle. All right, so his combo's going up. See, I know this is how you not draw your stuff the wrong way in your singleton. But these jackasses. They will always be linked in my brain to the most hideous of expansions. Of course, I know who you are. We're just wondering if someone would do a Joe Mama joke. Oh, nice, Inu. That nice.
A formidable display.
Ooh, A-Ross calling his shot. Oh, how much does he have? Okay, it's not going to be huge. What is that, like a 12? 13?
A fine battle.
Okay, A-Ross is just going off. That's always scary when your opponent... Oh, no. Doink. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, here's the crap thing that worked. 14 Magicka. Next turn, Leonard O'Cran could just pull out New Era. I mean, A-Ross could still... I mean, he has got a nice hand, but... Okay, so we're not getting a New Era. That ain't going to be enough. And you can't Dark Rebirth him, you can't Devate Experiments him. Oh my gosh, what is that? Wait, are we in Arena or something? Man, look at these unique legendary premiums my boy Ross has. It's a taste of the good life that some of us will never know. Let's see. I want to be a jock so I can shove Vincenzo into a locker. Meet me at the flagpole. Oh my gosh. I was just kidding, Vincenzo. I am a coward hiding behind a keyboard. I'll come out and watch. Imagine me and Joseph fighting, and it's just us weekly. Yeah. Nah, you two. I think you both are formidable gentlemen. Like, I wouldn't offer an opinion if I thought otherwise, but you're both. You're a man. You're a very manly man. Vincenzo, you have a mustache the size of Massachusetts. Joe, you have no mustache, but you work in iron smelting or something like this. I don't know why I'm talking with a Russian accent or something close to it, but that's what I'm doing at the moment. Either way, you both can kick some ass. Let's see here. Dragon Invader. Casual match. Come on, Dragon Invader. You got to step up. We got to know the stakes are high. We need those stakes piled up high. Medium rare. Speaking of rare, do Fluffy Fries again. Like I said, I'm just taking advantage of the fact that we're going to see some fluffy fries. Oh, the other day. All right, we've got a story from Mayor Austin coming. Let's see. Imagine me, okay. C-City, I invited someone to the Discord yesterday who is after your best deck builder title. Uh-oh. Optimal party size is 3 to 6 players plus the DM. Okay. All right, so we have at most room for 6, and then IO being the DM. So we do have, even if everybody shows that expressed interest, so we got Pure Willpower, Joe, Denise, and Kate. There's still 2 spots open. Like I said, my ability to participate is going to be determined, like what I end up doing, how Ooh, I mean, I'm pulling for fluffy fries, obviously, but I do like to see the slaver go off. He is a bad mamma jamma. He's a bad mamma jamma. But he's another one like freaking the Venom, the Doomcrag. You try like they're unique cards that they can kick butt and completely dominate the game if they show up. Ooh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Wow. Devastating. Devastating. Oh man. But the hits keep coming. Now, that is a card that is worth, that is an easy include for crafting. If you're going to craft a legendary.
A fine battle.
Wow. It's a tribute to Fluffy Fries. He's able to, because usually you either get your Tormentor and no shackles, or you get a ton of shackles and no Tormentor. He's gotten both. He's probably just, he's the Atronach Slayer, but he is also running out. I mean, look at this. So 2 Tormentors already in play by turn 10, which is ridiculous, even with a 2-color deck. 1, 2, 3, the big Winter's Grasp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. His entire Discord is all shackles. Crazy. Crazy. Vincenzo, don't bring that dad energy into chat. Let him be a dad. Let him be a dad. Joseph Call Stelio Contos. American Dad reference. Okay. I'm missing. I haven't seen American. I think I've seen an episode or 2 of American Dad. I haven't avoided it. I just haven't seen much of it. I never get these jokes.
I have your scent, and soon I'll have your...
Yo, a Don Knotts movie gave me nightmares as a kid too. What a weird childhood trauma to share with someone. Dude, Pure Willpower, that is crazy. So which one was it, man? Because the only other one I've seen Don Knotts in, I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff, Apple Dumpling Gang, and I mean, a ton of stuff, but like, I think that's the only horror movie that was in, was The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. The only one I saw a lot of, because I just happened to catch it on a VHS, I recorded it on a VHS tape, was The Reluctant Astronaut, which is a horrible, like, it's a bad movie. It is just, it's a bad plot, it's a bad execution. It's just really lame. Don Knotts is still fun to watch. You can't beat my boy Don Knotts, but... And you know, he was a lady man. First, two fun facts you might not know. Don Knotts was a ladies' man. For those of you who don't know, he's a guy who kind of talks like this, you know, he's talks. And Andy Griffith's show, he's like, well, a whole body's a weapon. He's a dork. He's a complete dork. He was, and his face, like, he does a lot of... He was the Jim Carrey of his time. But he was a ladies' man. Like, and granted, a lot of that is his star power, but when you see Don Knotts, I mean, he really is kind of a nerd. And he's a scrawny little guy. He's probably not bigger than like 5'2" or something. I don't know. He's just kind of a goofy looking guy, but the guy actually got a lot of women. The women flock to him like the salmon of Capistrano. And his first actual name, his middle name is Don Knotts. Guess what his first name is? I'll give you a hint, because I don't even know if I've said my name before, but it's not Schward, we'll put it that way. But Don Knotts' first name, his real first name, is my first name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, John Jacob Jingleheimer, Knotts, da 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 da. But yeah, Pure Willpower, you gotta let me know what movie it was that gave you nightmares. Ghost of Mr. Chicken definitely did it for me. Stelio Cantos. Stelio Cantos. That Singleton Dagon deck is mighty. Nope, I am. That's true too. I didn't teach Fluffy Fries everything he was good. By the way, that's probably one of the coolest like mic drops in like for those of you I know not everybody here is a Bible, Bible person. But when you got your God just saying like he's like what was it? Moses was saying, who should I think it was Moses. Or it was either Moses or Abraham, and he's like cuz keep in mind back then there were a ton of gods. Like a lot of them child and human sacrifices, but I mean there were just a ton of gods back then. Oh, Fluffy Fries running out of gas here against Boris Bayer's shackle, and he's just not willing to risk it. Fluffy Fries could have. We know Fluffy Fries has pulled those lightning bolts
Let's heat things up.
as prophecies like crazy. So we could Boris Bayer is. You see, and this is kind of like, I mean, what do you do? Do you push? I mean, I wouldn't at this with the board though, and with the way everything is right now, I wouldn't push. Boris is good to hold off, but it's hard because you gotta zero in on your opponent at some point. Otherwise, you'll just keep whittling it down over the next 6 hours. What was I saying? What are we talking about here? Hang on. Oh yeah, the mic drop. So it was either Abraham or Moses was like, who should I say told me to do this? And again, because there was a ton of different gods, it was kind of like, which one should we name? And God just says, I am. And like, that's it. You just say, I am, whatever. So what's funny is, again, I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea or belief system, but if there are a bunch of false gods and you are the one that actually exists and everything else is just kind of ripping off your name or it's some other spirit or whatever, like what a poignant thing to say. Like, all you need to know is I am. Like, I exist. Enough said. Because that's more than we can say for the. Anyway, it sounded more epic in my head, but I just figure like that's like a divinity diss, like a divine diss, where it's just like, oh no, you know what? I don't think he said that. I think he said, who are you? And he says, before the creation of the world, I am, or something like that. Anyway, it sounded better when he said it. I'm sure at the time and in the thing too. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, there's that lightning bolt from Fluffy Fries. All right, he must have made a Daedric pact or something, because hey, I gotta ask him here. Where is it? What? All right, Eros. Oh, geez. Oh, crap. Oh, geez. Oh, we missed a lot of stuff. Hey, look at that. I'm behind on all chats everywhere. Oh, man, the other day, this Invade guy summoned Marquinez versus Nick Sox, and I was like, okay. Doppelganger like 3 or 4 Abners. Uprising. I did that twice. The creature was like stupid big. True story. Gonna give that a damn. How do you? Oh, I don't want to do the cockeyed thing that Io does, because that's him going, huh? I want to do like big eyes, like whoa. Oh, that's an 8, right? 8 and yeah. It's not the sexiest looking dude, but it'll work. It was a matter of time. All right, Inu's still mixing up in solar, and oh, we got a bunch of people in here now. Well, you know what? Let's check out Winzilla or Willzilla, just because he's on my friends list. I don't think we've only watched like one of his games. By the way, if any of you see Beaterus, you can let him know I did download every one of his shouts, all freaking 20 of them. And what I'm planning to do, what I would like to do, I don't know how it's going to happen now with everything being disassembled, but my goal is to do a kind of like an old school video like I used to do like with friends, where just spectate like, I don't know, 10 games or something like that. And instead of cutting to commercial to do like this game is sponsored by whatever, just like I'll just off on the left hand side because there's art on either side that it's not in the gameplay. So I'll have the cards pulled up there, and I'll after the games are over, instead of like doing a commentary on the games, I'll just be talking about these 20 different shouts that he put together so painstakingly. And I feel bad too because I looked at the creative like the card section. You guys, there's a ton, and there more and more of just these really awesome looking custom cards that people have created. And I mean, I at the time I thought I got through half of them, but I think maybe now we're only at like a quarter, if that. But 20 of them are Beatrice's shout package. And he's got some, I did a cursory look, he's got some good ideas in there. But so that video hopefully will be coming. Like I said, that'll be kind of like old school. I don't know how many of those I'll be able to do, but I mean, if this place sells as quickly as my agent seems to think it will, hopefully I will be set up within a month, if not sooner, in the great state of Texas.
And now for a practical demonstration.
All right, I almost caught up with chat. Let me see if I can finish it out here. I didn't teach Fluffy Fries everything. He was good before I met him, and a lot of the cool stuff he did was all him. He's just naturally good at the game. And that's true, Joseph. That's true. And what I was going to say about it before I think I interrupted myself, he got good like ahead of his deck. You know, for me, I mean, I have probably 95% of the cards, at least on this account, and I still suck. Whereas Fluffy Fries got really, really good, and he was still only able to really put together a deck in Battle Mage because he just doesn't have that many cards. And I still think his collection, because he got to do it late, his collection is not all that great, but what he does have, he kicks butt with. Runenscheitzer means Runenscheitzer. All right, Inu. You know what I'm trying. Means Rune Slasher. Pretty badass name. Indeed it is. Same thing with what's his name? Iron Fist. Oh wow, how am I blanking on his name now? We did a spotlight with him. Kevin Eisenfaust. Eisenfaust. That's another good one. Eisenfaust sounds good in German, but it means Iron Fist, which is badass too. So yeah, there's definitely some good stuff there. But yeah, Rune Slayer is pretty dope. I wonder what the German word for Star Killer is, because that was going to be Luke's original last name. And I wonder if it sounds less dorky in German. Io really knows how to sit on a fence. Ouch, that sounds painful. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Better view up there. Yeah, but down there you're getting wrecked. You know what I'm saying? Heyo. All right. You know how the saying goes, know yourself and know your enemy if you don't fear the results of 1,000 battles. What? Wait a minute. You know how the saying goes, know yourself and know your enemy, and you don't fear the results of 1,000 battles. That's true. It's kind of like baseball. None of the games really matter because you just play so doggone many of them. One of the many reasons why I found it very difficult to get into baseball. Kevin Friends.
There's loot here, Skywalker.
Hey, Ross is the king of clunky hands.
Smell it.
I mean, yeah, I think that's particularly true when he's doing his combos and whatnot.
Go get them, Skywag.
Like when he's running challenging decks, yeah, he can get clunky hands because he's got tools. They're all tools that can be used to build something. They're not. It's weird. It's like you build a deck out of instead of building a deck that you can play. He builds decks that are essentially tools that allow you to build a strategy to play. It's like a one step removed. So it's an extra layer of challenge, but it's very rewarding to pull off. Star Killer. You're right, Inu. You're right. And I feel bad too because you had to send it in that chat because I can't catch up. Star Killer. Yes. Star Killer. Wait, no. No, wait a minute. Yes, Biggs Darklighter. Biggs, his last name was Darklighter. You're right. Star Killer was Luke's original last name. Good call, Inu. And hey, tip of the hat to a fellow Star Wars aficionado. Yep, that was my bad. Yep. Biggs Darklighter, Luke Starkiller. I don't know why Skywalker does sound less tryhard. It actually sounds pretty good.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't see that comment, Ninu. I didn't know I had the best deck builder title. Oh, Pshaw, Joe. You know you do. News to me, K Fluffy. Isn't K Fluffy in the Discord? I don't. I think he has a. Yeah. He's come into our Discord a few times. In fact, he posted a how to craft an arena deck. That was one of the first things he did. I think that's why he actually joined the Discord. Well, it could have been tournaments as well, but he put his guide in there. Inu, yes, my objective opinion gave you that crown. Inu giveth, Inu can taketh away. Objectively correct, you mean? Whoops, yeah. Schward, this gauntlet is 40 cards, so combo decks like Shackle get a buff. Ah, there you go. Okay, Joe, that makes sense. Okay. It's only 49 card decks. That makes sense. It's awful why Waxwing Assassin is so devastating. Devastating. Joe, you got it eventually. Your perseverance is admirable. The Private Eye is what gave me nightmares. It was the end where they see the Hog Man. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look that up. I haven't even heard of that one. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, a lot of the when you had the studio system, you had actors like cranking out projects. I think they were doing like 20 films a freaking year. I don't know why I had to throw freaking in there, but like, because studio was kind of the same thing. They weren't having to pay actors $10 million a picture. They were just saying, hey, we like you. You're on the lot. We'll give you food, housing. We'll take care of everything for you, but you're going to work nonstop year-round. We're just going to put you in every project until we burn you out or until people stop watching you. So Don Knotts was a hot-ticket item. It was shortly after the Hollywood studio system was in its prime. But, all right, so Kevin Friends sitting on that new era, but he's not going to survive long enough to do it unless the Mudcrab Merchant gives him something amazing. Can't Tullius. Yep, he's one off of that. So what is he going to get? Iron Atronach would be amazing. Another Mud Crab, hoping to assemble. Oh, that saves him. Wait a minute, does he have?
I bark at birth. This is interesting.
Wait. Okay, there you go. All right, 2 off of lethal. All right. But yeah, pure willpower. Oh no! Wow, I have never seen Barbas lethal charge before. Sorry, Kevin. Sorry, man. But that's a first, man. I mean, Barbas almost never gets play anyway. But to have him pull off a lethal charge like that, that's crazy. Hey, here we go. Stern and... Okay, I don't know what sound the 2 dots over the O makes. I know from Stussy that... So is it ooh? Is it oh? Sterntuter? Okay, that would be Canadian. Sternentotter. Sternentoter? Totter? Tutor? Sternentuter? Either, and none of those sound particularly good. Yeah, that didn't work out well. Good thing I didn't bet money on that sounding good. Look at it, man. This is everybody's coming out late. All right. He's still in solo. Fluffy Fries. Let's check back in with IO, see if he's Still kicking butt and taking names. Okay, he's on the... Oh, he's up against a movement. Movement monk. Well, you got Jane on the board, and he's whittling Krivitsky away. Krivitsky, I believe we've seen him already tonight.
We must keep moving.
All right. Have you guys seen the trend where people share their funniest childhood traumas? Do you guys have any good ones? Is that a trend? Are you mocking me, Pool Power, because of my pirate share? Or is that actually a thing? I was in a foster home for like 3 weeks and I've mostly suppressed the memory. Yikes. Okay, we just had a little bit of real talk. I don't know if that's funny or not. Yeah, this is how much I laughed. Exactly, Joe. Yeah, that's I'm not gonna say it's dark, but that's pretty real. Yeah, that's
Screech your throat.
let's see.
For the Emperor.
No, man, that's not funny. Not any funny ones, just depressing. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of how much time has passed since the last thing. You know, because some things are funnier when they're really far in the rearview mirror. Some things never really stop being funny, like, hey, I got molested or something. I mean, I don't even know why that came up. But I mean, I think that's kind of the vibe. It's like, you know, having a rough time at a foster home. I don't know that would ever. Now, to be fair, comedians, that one of their gifts is they can make pretty much anything funny. Hey. Okay, I was about to say no mushroom tower there, but there we go. Nice. Ooh, give that to the queen. No, he's gonna give that to. Okay. I don't know who I would have given that to, but I think he's gonna give ice storm. Okay. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't make any sense, would it? Ah, that is why he did it that way. Okay. Io with a clutch. That word gets overused, but I'm going to use it anyway. Siege of Strauss Mackay.
Try something. You won't live.
Just reveal all of Beatrice's shouts after each match of the NPO tournament. That's true, I guess. Yeah, we could do that. This NPO tournament brought to you by 20 shouts. But I need to make the video so that I can say shout, and then in parentheses underneath, let it all out. But I'm not going to say these are the things we can do without, because then that would seem like I'm insulting Beatrice. I can't even describe those sounds to you in German. We have A, O, and U. Yeah. And I can't remember. There's a keyboard shortcut to put those two dots over the... Oh, no, I'm thinking of the tilde. Or the tilde, or whatever it's called. A little whoopy-boopy thing. But yeah, it's impressive that you have those off the cuff where you can, unless you have a keyboard like that has those on it. But I don't think that's a thing. I can't even describe this to you. But I mean, Inu, they do replicate vowel sounds though, right? They're just expressed in a different way. So in theory, you could phonetically spell out how they sound. Like what English word is there? An English word that has the A sound, but because we don't have the A with a dot over, two dots over it in English. Like Schward is one of those A's. Does it have a dot? Oh, dude, how awesome would that be? If what would my name have to sound like for me to have dots over all three of the A's in my name? Because that would look cool. You just have all these dots going across. It would look janky as heck. Schward. German keyboards actually do. Dag nabbit. Cheat codes for. Man, we don't get any cool stuff. Granted, I mean, I'd have to replace a key that I use with a key that I don't use, but still. All right, what do we got here? Fluffy fries, A-Ross. All right, I want to see if A-Ross pulls. I don't even know if he's trying. Let's see. Is he? No, he's not trying his Tazcad wizardry. Although I will say this: if he can summon Tazcad in this particular deck, just getting him on the board would be a feat of amazing might.
Surprise! The forest.
I'd make a card that stops cards from moving lanes. You know what? That's a good point, Body Bag. There aren't any anti-movement cards out there. I mean, Shackle is the closest thing you got, but that's not it. So I'm 100% with you. I would like some cards that are a hard counter to movement. A is not so. Oh, all right, I'll check on that in a minute. You know, let me just get. I was doing really good, but now I see that I've lost. I'm falling behind chat again. I was almost there, and I slacked off. Actually, I have one. One time my dad told me... Oh, sorry. Actually, I have one. One time, my dad told me and my brother to do something, but I gave some lip. He lost his poo and punched my brother in the nuts. Okay, I'm embarrassed that I laughed at that.
Azura, give me strength.
I think it's the fact that you're like the unexpected thing of your dad punching anybody in the nuts, and the fact that he punched your brother when you were the one who smarted off. That is actually pretty funny. Did he think your brother was the one who said it, or did he just not care and your brother's crotch was closer? Man, rip Vincenzo's brother's balls. He paid the ultimate sacrifice. Yes, indeed. A pair that will never be forgotten. So now you have a sister, Vincenzo.
Stay behind me.
Right? Called Keith. Hey-o. When I was 4, I got attacked by a possum with rabies. Good gravy. You guys have traumatic childhoods. This is before I knew what a possum was. I thought it was a giant rat. What's the difference? You don't touch either one of them. Pure willpower? Dude, what happened, man? Like, did you did you have rabies shots or that's scary stuff? I mean, there was a time where people died from that stuff, man. It could rot your brain. So I'm guessing you were okay with the medicine and shots or whatever, but did you have rabies temporarily or something? Oh, and Aros goes down to Steiny 42009. Pure rabies power. There you go. See, now that's funny. Rabies are funny. All right, so German. Okay, A is not so hard. It's similar to the infinite article A, as in Okay, so UH. That would be the phonetic spelling. UH. A kid. All right. So that'd be Schwad. Schward. Schward? Schward. That actually almost sounds like I'm saying sword. That could work. Schward. 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 Yeah, it just sounds... Well, I was going to say I sound kind of like I have some kind of speech impediment, but you could say that Schward looks like a speech impediment, so... But hey, I stand by it. It's a triple A name. But hey, the more you know. There you go. Maybe it's a bit closer to E? Well, now you're... As an eh. Okay. Eh. Okay, I guess, yeah. A kid? Eh. Schwed. Okay, so if I'm ever drunk, I'll put the dots over there. What's your name? I'm Schwerd. Schwerd, yes, Schwerd. Schwerd the Mighty. Triple A name. All right. Oh, crap. Let me jump into another game here. All right, Willzilla. Show us something here in the versus arena. All right. I felt so bad. My dad thought it was him. Okay, your dad thought it was him, but I wasn't about to speak up. Me and my brother still laugh at it. Hey, as long as your brother is able to laugh about it. Does your dad laugh about it? Does your dad know? Or have you not told him for fear that your balls too will get a sound thrashing retroactively? And I was going to say you didn't correct him, but I'm guessing the blow to the groin hit was fast enough that you didn't have time. I'm sure you would have stepped in the way and said, "No, Dad, 'tis my balls thou should smite, for I was the one who quipped at you and incurred your wrath."
Just rest.
Aw, possums are cute and short-lived. 2 to 3 years, I believe. Good for the ecosystem. Wow, that is really short. Dang. What a raw end of the deal.
The end of life is
Like, you're not
the
particularly
end of
popular.
usefulness.
You spend a lot of your time playing dead, and then in 2 to 3 years, you are dead. I mean, luckily, I'm not talking to anybody who is a possum. And if any of you possums are watching the stream, you know what? That actually would be a better name maybe than Lurker. Possum. Like, you're there, but you're just not, you're not doing anything. Nah, I'm stretching. That's a reach. Disregard that. That said, if I ever see anybody calling anybody a possum in streams, and it catches on and it's popular, you heard it from me first.
Walk.
And my goodness gracious, I think I have a different definition of the word cute than everybody else. For Denise, a furry spider is cute.
Yeah, I'm all
But
thumbs.
there are also gals that will call like a punch buggy, a Volkswagen Beetle, cute. Teddy bears are cute. And now we've got possums being cute. Although I gotta say, out of all those, Possum is probably the closest to what I would consider to be cute as well. Fluffy Fries is like 18, but he's way smarter than all of us. I just smile and nod when he starts quoting Shakespeare or whatever he's talking about. Dude, that is crazy. I did not know Fluffy Fries was that young. Holy cow. You know, I think it'd be funny. Like, so some of you I do know. Some of you we've shared pictures. Obviously, you've seen My Ugly Mug for long enough. But I have a feeling we'd all be very surprised for anybody that we haven't seen and we don't know, like, anything about them, like, but that we talk to on the regular. Like, if we were to all have a meetup, it would be a fun game to be like, guess who I am? Because I feel like people would just be walking up, you must be so-and-so. Nope, I'm so... What? You're... Oh, my... Okay, that makeshift dialogue was garbage. I should write for Hollywood. I could totally get a job. I'm at about AI level right now. And I'm not even buzzed. I'm on an empty stomach, but I've been nursing this for so long. He is a stereotypical super smart Asian kid with his strict parents. Asian kid, really? Again, in my head, I didn't even picture him as Asian. I'm trying to think. Fluffy Fries. Okay, to be honest, I didn't actually picture him as anything in particular. But no, I would not have guessed Asian. That's cool. No, that's just cool. Huh. I'll be honest. Joe, like, he sent a picture one time, and I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was after Jay Shades sent a picture. He was in the hospital for, I believe it was
Victory is yours.
appendix removed, and he sent a picture, and he looked rough there. So Joe sent a picture as well. I not how I pictured Joe at all. Not how I pictured Joe at all. I don't want to say I was pleasantly surprised because I wasn't picturing him in an unflattering way, but he was just looked different than I thought. Denise, I think was in the ballpark. I think the accent gave me a pretty good idea. Yeah. Anywho, let's see. How were those rabies shots, though, willpower? Yeah, exactly, man. Those are nasty. Okay. O would be like the vowel sound in burn? What? Burn? Isn't it just so much easier to have 35 different ways to say a certain vowel instead of specifying it, like, with that? I mean, don't you want to have to guess when you look at an English word and just wonder what the heck random vowel roulette we've got now that makes it sound... For you could say ooh, but make a duck face with your lips. Ooh. Is that it? Ooh. 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 And woo. And woo. Kudos to anybody who gets that reference. Dang, you. Thank you very much for enlightening me, but I was hoping it'd be a little more intuitive than that. It is not. And I apologize. I had my phone in here just for certain reasons, and I'm incredibly popular today for some reason. It's a group chat. That's what it is. Okay, let me jump in. The ooh was great. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally understand that, man. That's an interesting thing in this day and age to know that there are syllables or sounds that cannot be succinctly expressed in our language. So obviously, if you say ooh with a duck face, but that doesn't have the economy of words. Ooh, ooh. All right, I feel like my face is getting uglier when I do that. All right. Io, let's go. It's okay. Let's see. How did me and Schwartz also talk about Starkiller when we recorded Divinity? You know, that's true, Vincenzo. That is not the first time this week that Starkiller came up. What did we just? All right, I don't know what happened, but IO did not. You know what? I didn't see anything. Didn't happen. All right, what do we got going on here? Zen Sky Friend Challenge. Those could be pretty amusing as well. Let's take a quick gander. See what Zen Sky is running, because a lot of these you're seeing prototype or way off the beaten path decks. And when if it's a friendly match, there's no ill will, so both players are having fun. Nobody's getting really salty. Although I still managed to get wrecked by Joe, and a couple times I wasn't thrilled about it.
Come on, then. Entertain.
Sometimes I was thrilled about it. Sometimes I just loved getting wrecked by Yu-Gi-Oh!
End of the road.
Godlike draw man who also has skills. So I was just thinking, I was like, man, I haven't heard anything from Baldric in a while. And it's like, I think I have mice in my attic. Seems completely random, but then I'm like, well, maybe that's why he's been away. He's got mice to worry about. Did he play the piano? Starkiller Force Unleashed is the only place I've heard that name. It would be so. Gosh, I'm trying to think where I saw it. It's been a long time. It's probably been about 10 years. No, at least 15 years since I considered myself like an avid Star Wars fan. But when I was voracious, and I can't remember where I saw it, but there were like notes. Like I think even Mace Windu was in one of the first drafts, or was circulating in Lucas's library or his assets when he was writing the first trilogy. He had all these characters like halfway created, halfway formed, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Mace Windu was among them.
They will never know I was there.
Oh man, sorry folks. Oh man. Hopefully I'll be so doggone tired tonight. It won't matter what noise is going on. I'll just pass out for 7 hours. But yeah, Starkiller was, I think it was either in one of the first drafts or somewhere I read it that was originally Luke's last name, and then he changed it. I mean, stranger things have happened. Tolkien. And now, bear in mind, like this is before Xerox copies and everything. So it blows my mind to think that Tolkien had more than 2 versions of Lord of the Rings, but he did. But in one of them, the earliest ones, Aragorn, the character of Aragorn, the character that became Aragorn, started off his life as a hobbit with wooden legs. He's got his legs lopped off by like an orc or something like that in some battle, and so he was a wooden-legged hobbit. That was the inception of Aragorn, and of course he evolved into the human with 2 non-wooden legs. So that's to say, it's not a far stretch to think that things have drastically changed from draft to draft.
We must protect our stronghold.
Oh jeez, I'm behind again.
I am the shield of my clan.
Alright. I still wince every time I see a skeever. Why is that, Pure Willpower? The only memory I have... who was it? Was it you or Io? There was somebody. I guess it wasn't you, because you're Pure Willpower, so you wouldn't have played that card. But I think it was Io or somebody had this, like, the biggest skeever game ever, where, like, they got to, like, 15 feet long. Well, 15 hit points. If it was an inch. It was glorious. How come only me and PW are trauma dumping? I'm sure some of you got some good ones. Vincenzo, I think, well, so we had a hit, literally, with the balls. But then we had, you got the other side, which is, I was orphaned for 3 weeks.
We must protect our stronghold.
So I think, and I've shared all my stuff at some point. My Superman story, my Not Quite Human story. And there's plenty more, but they escape me at the moment. Or at least I shared them in some of my videos. If this guy wasn't in Friends, his name would just be Kevin. True dat. True dat. Oh, wait. Is that Kevin Eisenfaust? No, no. There's another Kevin. There's Kevin, I think, in our Discord. He's a good dude. I think that's the same Kevin. Yeah, I think it is, because he just said he likes the fact that he's just, like, of all these crazy cool names out there, he's just like, I'm Kevin. That's it. He does play piano. He said he went to some show on Broadway as like an opening act or something. Oh, that's our, he's talking about Fluffy Fries. Damn. That is so cool, man. It's just, it really is, it's fascinating, the depth and breadth of lives that people lead. And we just see the iceberg. Well, not for me. You pretty much have seen everything I got to offer. But like all you out there, like there's just so much stuff that we don't, you just don't know because it doesn't come up in conversation if you're not, flapping your gums for 6 hours at a time. But it's just so cool. It's like, yeah, who would have thought? I didn't picture it. So not the main attraction, but some gifted student display or something. Did I say display? I said display. That's weird. So not the main attraction, but some gifted student display or something. I don't remember much from my childhood, so I've got nothing to share. Well, that's sad in and of itself. You strike me as a younger fella, though, so I can't believe you're too old to remember. Or that it was that long ago. I mean, but I could be wrong. That's the thing. You could be 85 years old. I don't know. I doubt it. And I guess I'll know once we play, once the D&D rolls out. At least, yeah.
Close ranks. Let nothing
I told Fluffy Fries that I'd come work for him one day. Not a bad offer. Not a bad idea, anyway. You never know. You never know. It's confirmed Io was made in a lab. Yeah, that was really the only logical conclusion you could reach, Body Bag. You are correct. He had to be born in a lab. Or, if you guys ever hear that, Weird Al did a parody. There was a song called I Think We're Alone Now. Weird Al did a parody called I Think I'm a Clone Now. And he's got a great line in there. What was it? Well, he says, I'm my own best friend and I send myself out for pizza. But just a test tube and a womb with a view. Because he's like in a little petri dish or something. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty clever line. And it rhymed at the time. It was fine. But I'm running behind on all these lines of chat. Okay, I'm done. Io mixing it up again. Undaunted, he presses on. Which is, a notable quality of people who are born in labs. Whereas in childhood was traumatic and he blocked the whole thing out. Hey, you laugh, and good-naturedly, of course. But there are some people. And what the crazy thing is, and I've had experience with people like this, you have, I think it's called DID, where your childhood is so bad that it actually splinters your personality. And at different points, you can unlock or let out a personality from different ages. 5, 10, 20, however old you are, you have personalities that are trapped in these ages because of the trauma, and they come out. And it's kind of unsettling when it happens, but then you gotta just think what happened that this is how that pain is manifesting. Like there's just some stuff, man, that's just no bueno. Why did you say it like that? I spit my drink out. What? The entire childhood traumatic? Why did you spit your drink out? Oh, maybe that's maybe this is all the way back with me trying to pronounce the words. Good gravy. That seems like a lifetime ago.
Perhaps we can help.
Singleton Dagoth makes move concede get wrecked. Yeah, I would say movement archer, movement monk. They're not fun to play against, but Dagoth does take care of business.
You must be
I still remember Joe's prototype decks. I wasn't allowed to release them in my videos initially. I mean, eventually he's just like, go ahead and do whatever. But he had a deck. I think, what'd you go, 28-1 or 28-2 with it? It wasn't a Singleton, but it was a Dagoth. And then you did like 25 revisions. And luckily I held on to mine because you're like, I need to go back to revision 2.7. That was funny. But hey, that's how you get the best deck. And I think that's when you got to rank 10 like halfway through the season or like a week into the season. But then you're like, man, I don't want to hang out here. This sucks. It's a real trend. That's how we got the video where the lady was like, my dad abandoned my family for breakdance. Okay, to be fair, that does sound like something you'd hear in a movie. Move decks are whack. Who told you? Oh, referring to the lab, I believe. Okay, but I didn't even say the actual traumatic one. Well, no, your brother had the traumatic one. Kev!
Behold,
Is
my
this
man.
Kevin Friends? Hello, Kevin.
No, that's not right.
Good to see you. I knew you were out there. I knew it. I don't know if you heard. Tits my balls out, shits my. Yeah, I'm not sure why we went Old English with that line for whatever reason. I thought of it as I was saying. I was like, why am I saying it like this? I don't know. Who cares? Just roll with it. Let's see. If this is what we can expect from Schwartz's D&D character, then it'll be fun. Oh man, I mean, I'll say D&D was a little weird for me because it's like I was yeah, because like I said, I do like to have fun with it, but it's like I feel like sometimes I don't take it as seriously as I should. Like I'll do and say things that if I was acting in like a doing like an improv deal, I probably wouldn't do. Ooh, oh man. Bye bye, Taz Daddy. But yeah, it just depends. I mean, I will say part of it. Excuse me. Part of the difficulty was, and this is not to discourage the 6 people, but I know when I was playing with the roll to one guys, they were freaking awesome. Every single one of them. They were like all of them at DM before. Very creative guys, just a lot of fun. But when you have 6 people, you know, you kind of have to insert yourself, like assert yourself, not insert. You have to assert yourself. I mean, the DMs. I mean, Jaden did a great job of like making sure he kind of like tapped into each person. But it's like, unless you hog the spotlight, you're going to spend a lot of time during a 6-person game not really doing or saying a whole lot. And then when you do, it's going to be like, hey, I'm coming along too, you know. So it's a little harder when you have that many people to really get circulation. Just, I mean, it's a numbers thing. You have X number of time, and you have that many players, and all of them need to develop and you know, have their own agency and do stuff, and you just run out of time. I was low-key kind of shocked when I saw what K Fluffy looked like. I'm not sure what I was expecting though. You saw K Fluffy. You have seen K Fluffy? Yeah, I don't know either. I just think of a cloud. That's my imagination. When my imagination works, it's I hear things, not like hear things, but like I'll hear like everybody. I can't describe it, but everybody has a voice here. You don't have a look. And K Fluffy, just because I think clouds are fluffy, so K Fluffy to me is Jugum's cloud. He's like a cloud. He's a cloud with a smiley face on it. So I probably would be shocked at what he looks like too. If I'm not shocked, then I think we should all be terrified or astounded, because that means that there is a cloud with a smiley face out there who's really good at Tessel and has kids. People will know me in the Who You Are game instantly once they sense my machismo.
I have many important things.
Cannot verify. Cannot verify. What's K Fluffy look like? Is he black? That throw me for a loop. Okay, because you said it, like I just figured I'd go and say it. Honestly, Joe, I thought you were black for the longest time, and like there were even times where I was like, because like I said, I don't care one way or the other. I think maybe because I only like out of all the streamers and people who played this game, there was only like 2 that I can remember that were black. That doesn't mean that's the only black population, but those are the only 2 that I knew of. So, but I remember when I was talking to you, like you would say things. I'm like, I think it might be a black dude. Which again, it had no bearing. It was just musing aloud. To be fair, I thought, what's his face? Who's the guy? Rick Astor, whatever that guy's name is. I thought he was black too. Dude, the guy's. I mean, when you think of a, for lack of a term, like a black voice, it sounds like
To run.
that guy. I can't remember his name, but again, he's the one who the term Rick Rolled got named after. Like, never gonna give you up. I could have sworn it was a black guy. It blew my mind. So I went through all the 80s and 90s. It wasn't until the internet. And then I saw the picture like, no, that can't be. No, that's not him. No. My voice kept getting higher and higher and higher, which is ironic because it was after puberty. But so yeah, Joe, I thought you were. I don't know what you said or how many times you said whatever, but yeah, I just got the idea. Like I said, mounts for diddly squat. I grew up like, I don't know. In this topsy-turvy world, people like try to insist that it's a thing. And I'm not saying it's not for some people, but all I can say is for me, Northern Virginia just had way too many freaking different kinds of people. You met good people, you met bad people, you met awesome people, you met boring people, and there was not anyone you weren't just like, oh, this person is awesome or this person sucks because of whatever. So, like I said, that's why I'm kind of perplexed. Like, I don't know what you said that made me think that. But yeah, that's why it surprised me when I saw your pictures. Like, oh, it's a white dude. Okay, would not have called that. White guy with a beer belly. I look a lot fatter. I look like a lot fatter Baldric. Wait. Okay, so is Baldric, is that who your icon is there? Because honestly, I don't know the name and I don't know the face, but is that, you're saying you're a more robust, a more, what do we call that? Executive cut. That's what, when I sold suits, we were told anybody who has a more substantial body, they had portly, which I thought wasn't helping the situation at all, but then they had what they called executive cut, and I thought that sounded pretty damn good. So an executive cut version of Baldric. I am still here. I think I passed out for a bit. Marcus is watching the stream too. Hey, hello Marcus, hope you're doing better, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. If he's out of his igloo, I guess he's doing all right. Probably getting some healing time with the knees. Getting some sweet love in the most pet-friendly way possible.
For Skyrim!
But I'm glad you joined again. Honest news, I'm about to pass out too. I might end up calling this. I know I think we made it to like 9 o'clock the other night, but I think 3 hours is probably going to do me, just because it's been about 3 nights and I have not slept through the night. I had a nice stretch where I did after I quit the job, but then I had this nonsense happen. This guy's on a constructed deck. Yeah, for real. There's crazy synergy going on there. But Shake It Baby the artist has got this in the bag. Oh, he's one off a Clockwork Apostle, but he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. What a crappy pull from Swims at Night. Shout out again to Inu for creating... Oops. Oh no, what has he got? Oh no. Well, Crazed Hunger. Crazed Hunger is charge, yeah.
Do me honor.
Yeah, but he's got to beat Shikaki. Wow. Shake it, baby. Shake it. Like a Polaroid picture. Yeah, can't say that's happened all that time. Like, there's the dagger, my little crazed demon baby guy thing. Alright, so... Alright. Fluffy Fries carrying the load today. Well, I've been playing a time too, but let's see. I always picture... Okay. Let's see. No, it mostly look like a genetic... Yes, well, I'm not wrong, okay? I'm not wrong before y'all pounds on me. I was not wrong. He looked like a genetic white guy. Looked like a generic white guy. But again, I don't know what I was expecting. Kind of almost like a cop. I don't know. I've got a few cop friends, and they are... So one of them is... he's Irish. No surprise there. Stereotypical, right? But he looks Asian. He's got fair skin, but he's got black hair, everything. He looks like he's Asian. I would have sworn he's Asian, but he's 100% Irish, drinks Guinness like a champ. And my other friend, my roommate, college roommate, became a police officer, and he looks like Jimmy Neutron. He's got a baby face. Yeah. So very distinct folks. But again, I think you're speaking in maybe what you normally would think of as a police officer for sure. My giant. Oh, suck. Oh no, Inu. Goodbye. Goodbye, Inu. I'm just now getting to your thing. I gotta get to the finish line here. I gotta make this happen. All right. My giant foam pillows #1 hand would give me away. Yes, body bag, that would be a dead giveaway. I gotta say, having yes, that would do it. I've never seen Shake It Baby, but apparently he's a giant and was a defensive lineman. No kidding, really? Really? See, this is crazy. Joe is such a social butterfly, man. Let's see, 2 times a bunch of cards, great synergies, not really any bad cards. Yeah, I debated drafting that one for about 90 seconds. Like, Joe knows everybody. Joe and Denise. All right, Io. Take us home, sir. All right, here we go. Have you ever drunk dove into a table like the rest of the Bills fans? I got a Tommy Boy image in my head just now. I'm just curious if anyone was shocked by my appearance the first time I popped in on Schwartz's videos. Only if the table is talking. You'll see my dumb face when we do D&D over video. Oh, come now. There's no dumb faces. Just unique and different faces. That sometimes aren't as different and usually. I mean, that sounds horrible to say, but I mean, yeah, there's sometimes.
We are no challenge for the cashier.
I think I have a goofy enough face that I don't look like a ton of people. But yeah, I mean, you have the. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with your Matt Damons of the world. Matt Damon's just kind of a normal looking dude. You know? But yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Suddenly I'm second guessing playing. I mean, Joe, the cat's already out of the bag with you. I drunkenly fell into my trash can the other night while using the bathroom. My eye still hurts.
Together, we will make a fortune.
Okay, that's not childhood trauma, but it is doggone funny. Jeez. Oh, man. How did you... Okay, I'm curious. I'm probably not going to be able to see the answer because I'm so far behind again, but how in the world did you hurt your eye tripping on a trash can? What did you run into? What did you fall into? And is Io... Can you finish? Yeah, you can. Belly G, man. I think, Joe, you said that card is broken, and I think you are correct, man. That card is so dangerous. Inanimate objects can't talk. Not anymore, it can't. Yeah, it was animate. Now it's inanimate. That should tell you something. Let's see. Nah, wait a second. Although I had a draft where I was offered 6 times Clockwork Apostle, I only took 3. Another was offered 6 Butcher. I took 6 Butcher. Wow. Wow. All right, A-Ross is now mixing it up in an event. Oh. I have a sneeze bug. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious me. Okay. So that's a yes. He has drunk dove through probably in negative 30-degree weather. Hey, when you're drunk, everything sounds like it's talking. Guitarist on bass. There we go. Guitarist. Yes, Io. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. And thank you for remembering. That's awesome. And guitarist, I'm sure, appreciates that as well. Yes. And I'm embarrassed that I didn't. I'm old. My memory's going. But yes, it was guitarist on bass had that Wicked Skeever deck that got Buffy. Inu took his leave probably an hour ago. I'm going to take my strange German sounds and go to bed. It's almost 2 a.m. Bye, Schwart of the future. Thank you. Thank you, Inu of the past. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you you thinking of me, even as I completely missed out on being able to talk to you and say goodnight.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Wow, look how everybody's saying goodbye to Inu. Joe, don't you wish people said goodbye to you like that? Ah, well. All right. Dang, everybody did. All right, Schwart, quit telling everyone about my tryhard phase. It was embarrassing, and I was ranked number 1. Wait, what? Rank tryhard phase. That was embarrassing. Oh, right. Oh, I thought that was Vincenzo. I was like, I don't remember talking about. Okay, yeah, no. Dude, you didn't. Yes, exactly. I love that. He's like, don't tell everybody that I was trying hard. It's embarrassing. Hey, by the way, I was ranked number 1. That's how hard I was trying. Just so you know, I was trying very, very, very hard, and I succeeded. I was ranked number 1. Goblin Scout is cringe. It is difficult to get through, yes. Not that it matters, but I was number 1. He said it again. Joe, is your middle name Subtlety? No, he quit because it was so boring, and I probably blame him. That's what I said. He was number 1 for a few days. You have to play. I remember Body Bag, man. Now, I'm not going to say that we were responsible for you getting into it, but I could have sworn, if I'm not mistaken, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought when we talked, you were under the impression that if you fell into the snake, you could just fall and fall and fall and fall. So you didn't want to keep playing because you didn't want to fall down too far in the snake. But once you found out the snake had a pit or a bottom, and it was only 2 games long, I think it was the next season you went and got Legendary. So I don't know where you found that out, but I remember after that you killed it the next month. Yeah, you have to play non-strap aggro to hold that spot. Yeah, it's hard to compete. Like anyone, like A-Ross, for example, plays more in 1 week than I do in a month, and that's the one I know about. No telling how much everyone else plays, for true. Singleton Dagoth takes down goblins. Singletown Dagoth, man, has been getting a lot of love, and deservedly so. It is definitely worth the love. All right. Everything is just kind of quieted down here. We'll okay, Fluffy Fries back in an event, taking time off from the piano playing. Let's see. Io is truly a mastered wizard. Truly a master wizard. I could have seen Joseph being black. See? Yeah, it's not just me. I'm not black, but most of my friends are black. I'm not like a wannabe black guy. I'm just one of those southern dudes who gets along nicely. Exactly. So basically, I get the pass, but don't say it. Not sure about the pass. Well, I just don't know what that means. But yeah, no, that's cool, man. I mean, my last job was probably 90%. Well, non-white, because there were like Haitians, and there was a motley assortment of folks, but very few Caucasians. And it's one of those things when, like, I'm not sure what the percentages are, but at least growing up, you know, it was like 70% white, and then everything else kind of was in that 30%. I know that's changed. I know it's not nearly 70%, but when you grow up like that, you do, you know, you get used to seeing a majority Caucasian because they statistically are the highest percentage. And so you notice when it's not there, but it's not like it's I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, I mean, there are certain neighborhoods I've been through, certain places I've driven through that have creeped me the heck out. But on the whole, I don't care how many there are of anybody or anything, as long as we're all copacetic, it's 100% irrelevant. My wife's black and I still don't get the pass. Yes, it's Baldric on the icon. I'm more robust. There you go.
We stand united.
Hairline of Gargamel.
Careful.
Azriel. I can't do his voice. It's a very hard voice to do, but I know what you're talking about. I know. I am very familiar with Gargamel. Okay, but Baldric. Okay. I learned something new there. So that's Baldric on the icon. And robust. That's a good euphemism. Or a good alternate word. Robust. I'll just wait until my son can give it to me. the pass. Not that I would say it. Oh, is that what you mean? Okay. Okay. Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about the word?
Let's heat
I mean,
things
I will say, I said it in the, don't get absurd over words. It does blow my mind that we have grown adults that have the word. I remember there were words you couldn't say when you're a kid, but the bottom line is, like, no desire to say, like, I'm like, nobody should. Like, there's never a time when anything productive is done by calling anybody a name, regardless of what it is, regardless of whether it's got a stigma, regardless of whether it got history or whatever else, regardless of whether somebody takes it personally or not. It's just, like, of all the motives we have for communicating, there's not one that is satisfied by calling somebody a name.
Quicker than your eye.
I mean, unless you just want to insult somebody. I guess that then if that's your only intention in communicating, then I guess it works. Otherwise, I just have no interest. And I'm trying to remember that. I use turd muffin because it's very innocuous. It's not a very, like, abrasive word. And it's a way of kind of just it's a way of me calming myself down, but also saying this was not a jerk. It's not an a-hole. This is a turd muffin. Yeah, I mean, he's just somebody. I got no animus towards him, but they were just acting the fool. But it's not even fool. Turd muffin it doesn't mean anything in particular. But I have finally reached the chat. I did finally reach the end. Well, my wife found me. The trash can is in the front of the okay. Well, my wife found me. The trash can is in front of the toilet. How is it in front of the toilet? You have to move your trash can to get to your toilet? I'm sure that's not how it is, but it just sounds like it. I fell asleep while using it, I guess. Oh, so there Vincenzo was, perched atop the mighty porcelain throne. The hour grew late. His eyes were weary from spirits aplenty. And he face planted into the trash. Wow. Well, wait a minute. How tall is your trash can? Because kitchen trash cans can be pretty tall, but bathroom trash cans are usually little baskets. How far did you face plant? How long of a How long of a poo did you take to fall asleep on the toilet? Eventually, you get to the age where hangovers last longer, and you start to second guess yourself. Assume XPP. Hello, hello. Sorry you're joining us at the very end here, but
Surprise!
appreciate you showing up. I'm getting to that point, and honestly, I don't know. I just remember waking up to my wife telling me to stop doing this. Fair. I think she has got a point. If he doesn't know what the pass is, then he doesn't have it. Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't, as far as I know, I don't have it. I wouldn't. All right, so I'm going to so no, we're at the end. I don't need to. For a time when there's a lack, there was just something bizarre that it's one of the things that when it happens and your parents tell you, just do as I say, you'll understand when you get older. And it's one of the few things that I remembered belatedly, and it made me cringe. And I realized why my parents were, one, so pissed off. Two, why they said, I'll know when I, get older. Yeah. And three, a third thing. But would you still be invited to the cookout? I think so. Not only am I invited, they trust me to make ribs, and that's saying something. Black people are truly the best chefs in the world. Oh, it's tiny. It's the second bathroom, so it's small. The bathroom is small. I just meant the trash can being small. But anyway, guys, I have caught up with the chat. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I did. And unfortunately, it's right at the time that I think I'm going to stick a fork in it because it's done, and I am not a great chef. So anyway, I appreciate y'all coming out again in force. It's so great. Like I said, the next time I do this stream, for sure, it's going to be in a different environment. Y'all are probably just going to notice the background's different. Maybe the camera angle is going to be a little different. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be sooner than a month. I'm not sure. Usually that's how long. That's the minimum time it takes to close, and then I would have to have a place to go to and move in. So it's probably going to be a little longer than that. But I have enjoyed the heck out of this, and I do plan on starting it up again. As long as people are watching, as long as people are interested in, there I will be when I can. But for now, and then and unless something unexpected happens, I think I'll be able to cast with Brave on Sunday, A-Ross's tournament. So I'm thrilled he's doing a tournament in general. Just a shout out. I'm guessing registration is over, but if you all want to watch it, that will be kicking off on Sunday. And that'll probably be my last time before I go run silent for a while. It sucks, I just started getting some traction, but to be fair, I need, I'll feel better doing this when I've got a job again. I feel like I'm on borrowed time right now. So, it's good. I'm glad I was able to touch base with everybody again. See you all again. Like I said, this was definitely a highlight of what I was doing. Making videos is all well and good, but nothing beats having conversations like this and mixing it up with great characters such as yourself. So, anywho, I will talk to you all later. Remember, again, IO's, reach out to him in Discord if you're interested in being a part of that game. Like I said, he's got room for 6, and it seems like there have been folks already interested in it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and whether I'm in it or I'm around, hopefully I'm involved. I can help out in some way or something, but hopefully we can get it maybe recorded and post that on the channel. We can post it on anybody's channel, Vincenzo, anybody, Denise. If nobody wants it and we've got it recorded, I'll post it on mine. Just, as kind of a thing. Or maybe I'll put it on Roll to One, since that was my last affiliation and it is along those lines. Well, no, I think they're trying to keep it to the folks that are actually actively playing on their channel. So yeah, it'd probably be all right to put up on mine. Like I said, if nobody else wants it. Anybody else got a YouTube channel and wants to get some D&D content out there, they're more than welcome to. But we'd have to figure out how to get it recorded, and I'm not sure how that would work with Discord and everything anyway. But for now, I am saying farewell. Thank you all again. And y'all have a good night. And in the meantime, Vincenzo. Exactly, yeah. Vincenzo and Brave streaming next week. Not sure if it's Friday or not. Like I said, I won't be doing anything, but keep an eye out for that. And if I can, I'd love to stop in and say hello. But for now, goodbye. I will talk to you all soon.